literally crazy. Like, I don't want to deal with someone like that. So I'm not going to.
But back to what I was saying. See, they use these people like the mark.
They're all crazy. Just about
going on in this country because all BS aside,
big reason why I'm
you have to give a president more than 6 months, 7 months to even do anything for anybody, let alone people of color. So for them to make this not argument, but this
I mean, it took everything I had not to just like throw something and walk out with an interview. It took everything. I mean, like,
not even his first year.
Oh man, I was so mad.
Bland question, like it's so asinine.
You need to set up your laptop.
I mean, were your expectations
because you have to demand time. Like I said, I'm no Donald Trump.
What one?
I'm no hater also. I'm neutral. I'm not gonna bash the man. I'm not gonna
that she'd be sane? Like, I can't believe that that's a high expectation, but
alright, you ain't gotta be that dirty, right?
yeah, that's like wow.
God damn.
Like, oh. Those are awful lofty expectations, Marty, for this woman to be sane. For her to have a rational mind, I guess.
I mean, she's sane.
No, she's not.
Colorful personality.
When she started describing why murder fascinated her, I was.
Marty coming down hard on old toot, man.
Man, Mike.
So that was the breaking point, Marty?
Oh my god. Yeah, that was the breaking point for me.
So, alright, this bitch is literally crazy.
No, I was like, she's insane. Cool. We've got a serial killer in the making.
Marty, we could.
Right here.
You need to have her open and talk about mental health issues, man.
Oh yeah, she needs to talk to somebody about mental health issues. Not fucking me. I'm not a damn doctor. So you're right, Mike. She needs to talk to somebody about mental health issues.
She is. She's talking to you about that shit, man.
She does not need to talk to me, like I said. I am not the one to help her.
Are you not a helper of the neighborhood, Marty?
So I am not a licensed mental physician.
You're not
I cannot do that.
Not a community man?
You're not a community man.
I mean, not in that aspect. Oh my goodness. Oh, I think I really wanted to talk about this rap beef. I don't give a damn about it.
I mean, I don't think it's that big of a thing to talk about.
I mean, we can bring it up. That ain't a big deal.
I'm just sick of the whole rap beef in general. Shit's dead.
I mean, I fuck with a good rap beef. This is entertaining. Testing niggas' skills. But I just don't think it's gonna go that far. I think the niggas may put one more song out, and then that might be it. It ain't gonna be like back in the day when niggas used to have goddamn album worth of goddamn diss songs on a nigga. Make a whole album about dissing a nigga.
Well, that's for a reason. That's why I don't know. They just need to find a different form of entertainment. Now, if you talk about back in the day where you had some goddamn actual lyrical skill, where you had like.
Well, I mean, Pusha T has lyrics.
No, I mean as far as the beef in general, like. Back in the day when you had, I guess, beef, it wasn't on some goddamn, no, fuck you as a person, fuck you, I see you in the street type shit. It was just literally, I can rap better than you. Here's what I got. This is my set, this is where I'm from, this is my hood, yada, yada, yada. That's what it used to be. Now you got,
this one is more
mama. I want to talk about how much money you ain't got.
No, this one is catered more towards actual.
I see you in the street. I'm just like, really?
This one's actually catered more towards lyricism, though. Because one nigga's talking about how, as good as you are, we can't respect you because you don't pen your own shit. Then the other nigga's talking about some nigga, you've been rapping about the same shit for 16 years and you ain't even sell that much dope. Them niggas is actually Like they're actually keeping it to what's going on in the music. So it's actually a decent enough beef. It's just I don't think they're not gonna go that long.
And it's precisely the reason why it's not gonna go that long, because there's very little substance. I mean, I don't know. I just don't like today's beef, so to speak. A form of entertainment when it comes to rapping down each other. It's sad.
And we almost up 2,000 followers. I ain't even paid no attention to this.
Give me another. Let's see if you can say. I didn't know if you can get down.
Hey, look up there. When you go up there, look and see if they got a light up there. You ain't gotta buy it. Just tell me if it's up there.
I'm talking about for,
If they got them shit things.
You know what I was thinking about? I wonder who that person was that was in the chat one time that said they went to high school with me.
Oh, you didn't know who it was?
No, I don't know their name on.
Oh, you should have took that shit down. Why you could have got them went on their stream?
Yeah, I guess so. Like I don't even know if the person streams. You know, I just was like, oh, cool. Like, because I had posted on Facebook.
That boy Marty recognizable in the streets.
Strangely enough, like people that I don't think would remember who I am or recognize me, like dude, like Spirogen. Like I didn't think Spirogen even knew who the hell I was, and then
Marty, you're a celebrity, whether you want to
and
believe it or
then
not.
he was like, yeah, I remember seeing you play final round before, and I was like, really?
You got 17th out of like 400 people.
Yeah, this is like. I mean, I wouldn't have thought that he'd have been like, I know who this person is. Especially since that was so long ago, too. Like, I wouldn't have thought that.
He probably in his brain. He probably stuck in your ass, man.
I don't know all that, but.
Late cheap as fuck. The nigga probably was making sure he knew exactly what the fuck he was doing.
Play long. Alright. About to make my Facebook post.
We almost gonna be ready for y'all in a little bit. What's going on, High Kick? How you doing, mama? Somebody shooting outside. If y'all hear them, police. Y'all hear the police going off in the background. They're shooting over here. Margin, thanks for the host, my G. Appreciate it, my nigga. Let's see. Oh, shit. Exit. Delete. I can go to my actual Twitter. I've been doing alright, man. You know, nigga had to work a little bit today. Outside of that, you know, I've been having a pretty good day. I was hoping to get some more input on this thing, this question for today, so we can talk about it today. But we're gonna talk about it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, the day has been long. Your boy went in at 6 o'clock, just now getting off of work at 6 o'clock, 6:30 or some shit. Went to bed at like 2, maybe I went to bed at 12, I don't really remember. tweeting. Anybody want some cats? So you're not gonna be there for the question of the day? You'll be streaming? Question of the day is on Twitter. You can just answer it on Twitter. I'm starting to feel like people don't want to have philosophical conversations on Twitter. Or maybe just our version of Twitter is they only talking about video games. I don't know. Some of the people be highly philosophical on their own tweets though. I don't know how that junk works. Let me make sure you're right. I said, let me make sure you're right on this camera.
Oh, yeah, I'll see that. No, I think I need to see that.
Oh, you said the word limit? I just make like 6 goddamn tweets. That's what I did. That's how I be rolling that thing. You know, I don't be knowing how that shit works.
Man, the word limit doesn't have anything to do with it.
Shit.
Like, which people wouldn't even front with that. Just say that you don't want to have those conversations. Like, that's all it is.
That's true. I guess people don't be feeling like that shit. Marty knows me. He know I like to have them goddamn old, uncomfortable conversation.
Yeah, because we have them pretty much every time we get together. So.
Damn, this sounds good as fuck. Oh shit. Who all we got in this thing? I agree, it ain't probably the best place to have conversation. I just be wanting to spark the conversation and then folks come to the show and talk about it. And I thought some people was gonna come with some good hairline jokes, man. Ain't nobody even saying one hairline joke to the goddamn.
Oh, really?
Ain't nobody even tweet us one good hairline joke this. And if a true or false. What's going on, Horror?
What's up, Horror?
The Legend of Horror. Heard you got DBD Legend, Tekken Legend. You know what I'm saying? Marcus was over here last night. Putting hands on Gio. Oh, I probably need to put this shit as IRL, not Tekken 7.
Oh, yeah. All Horror, do not sell yourself short.
You're a
legend,
legend, brother. Ain't nothing wrong with being legendary, my nigga. Oh shit. Nigga Clint though.
Oh shit. That nigga Clint.
Hello? What's going on? Doing this show. Me and Marty. Mm-hmm. Oh shit. Thoroughly disinterested. Some cheating shit. But let me, yeah, take me back a little bit. Alright. We get to talking about DVD, your boy Clint calling me about it. Talking about they got a new killer out. That junk is not good news to me. I don't want to hear that shit.
Why? It's not that bad.
No, that shit is horrible. You're right, it's not that bad. That shit is horrible.
Why do you say that?
You ain't never played that shit, Marty.
That's true. I have not played it.
That shit make me more salty
It looks
online.
fun, but I haven't.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, I want to make sure I didn't knock that over. I'll be like, oh, hell no.
Nah, it's fun.
Apparently, you don't think so.
It's fun until you got them get put in the salt. Your ass get put in the salt, that shit is the crux. That junk is the goddamn bane of my existence when I play that shit. Cause the killers just be dumb as fuck. But he can throw gas to slow you down and blur your vision. Let me guess, it's gonna be like the fucking doctor where you can't get away from the shit. I'm already straight. And I bet he gonna be running faster than you in the first place. Then he gonna slow you down. Sounds like the perfect goddamn scenario for that game.
I don't know. It seems like when they give characters speed boosts in that game, or give the killer speed boost, they start off slower. Like, you know, Mike Myers, how he's like slower than people, but then he has to build up his speed boost, like in order to catch you.
You would think that would matter, Marty. Except for his regular level, he's still faster than you running.
What, at level 1? No, he's supposed to be slower.
Supposed to be.
I mean, I haven't played the game, but that's just what everybody was telling me, that he starts off.
No, he's slow.
Like when he's level 1, he's like slower than the survivors, and then if he goes to level 2, he's the same speed, and then at level 3, he's faster than you.
Maybe they have changed this. But
me
and Twan sat down right next to each other. He's on that PlayStation, I was on this PlayStation. Tell you, Mark, set, go. Run across the stage. I had sprint bursts. I went like this, and then next thing I know, he was side by side right next to me, looking at me while he was walking, laughing the whole fucking time.
Oh, well.
Cheating ass shit. So imagine how fast he is when he's actually super fast.
So for what Horace is saying, he's saying you can escape this killer. He's not like the doctor. Like, he's not nearly as bad as the doctor.
Okay, well shit. We'll find out. I'm about to crank this thing up and get it started. Let me just move this over. Close it that way. That didn't do it. I don't know why. It don't matter how far I move this jump. And now you're up in the air.
There's a lot of them.
Alright, y'all. We about to crank this thing up.
Yes, we are.
M-Town Bounce in the house. Same type of topics here.
Oh, you're talking about it? Oh, no.
Alright, y'all, what's going on with you? What's happening?
What's up? What's up?
Y'all know it's your boy and my sizzle back in here. We got your boy Marty back this week. How y'all feel about your boy Marty? Ask about that boy Marty. See how he was doing, what you was up to last week.
Yeah, last week was a bit of a stressful week for me.
Marty slapped somebody, you know what I'm saying? It was alright. Hand was hurting.
I probably should have done that. It might have been therapeutic. But, nah, I didn't
We do what we can. We do what we can.
We do what we can, and we do it when we can.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Man, listen, man, I've been having a great day. Tired as hell, but work was kind of fun. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Cut some pipes up. Cut some more pipes up. Measured some pipes. Cut some more pipes. Reamed the pipes. Put tape on the pipes. Wrote the name of the blueprint that the pipe was supposed to go to. Went to sleep. That was my day.
Nice.
Pretty steady day. You know what I'm saying? Pretty secure. You know what I'm saying? Pretty involved.
Yeah, mine was I got up, did some chores around the house,
Living the life.
watched an episode of Black Mirror. And,
I was like, you on the Black Mirror now?
Well, I was watching it a while back, and then I had stopped watching it for some reason, and then I went back and started watching some of the episodes that I missed.
What episode you get to check out today?
Today I checked out the one where that chick had amnesia and she woke up in the middle of the house, and like everybody was filming her, and these people were trying to kill her. I don't know if you ever saw that one.
They woke up in the middle of the house.
Yeah.
Oh, and she was like she was on trial for some shit, and that was like, okay, yeah. She was in the forest. She ended up in the forest or some shit.
Yeah.
That was pretty goddamn strange. I mean, I don't really even know what the fuck was going on with that shit. It's just like a constant loop simulation. That's pretty dope.
But yeah, so I watched that one, and then ran around a little bit, did a couple of errands, and then I came here, and it was crazy because when I was driving here, it just seemed like the city of Atlanta was just surrounded by like a giant wall of water. Like literally, when I drove to a certain point, and I got to Atlanta, it was like my car got covered by a big sheet of water. Like I couldn't even see anything. It's like I couldn't even see 2 feet in front of my car. So I was just like slowly edging towards Atlanta.
Good thing you got down here early, dude.
It was like no visibility. It was awful. So that was about my day. I haven't really done too much.
It rained for all about 3 minutes by my job. It was a hard 3 minutes, but 3 minutes nonetheless.
I mean, it was just like somebody just got a giant tarp and just put it over my car, and I was just like, I'm blind. Like I'm just driving around blind.
Driving through Niagara Falls.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So man, the first thing we're gonna talk about, man, I heard about this anniversary anniversary collection.
Oh, good old Capcom, yeah.
Capcom brought the Street Fighter out, and I ain't heard good things about it, Marty.
Yeah, I've heard bad things. Like the only bad things I've heard are in relation to the netcode, playing online. Like that's really what I've heard about it. I haven't heard anything else about it, but that is what I heard about it so far. And I heard there's a lot of lag issues, and it's just not good to play online, which actually kind of upsets me because I thought there was going to be, kind of like a resurgence of like maybe Street Fighter Alpha 2, Street Fighter Alpha 3 kind of thing. Third Strike. I'm not as partial to Third Strike as I am Alpha 2 or Alpha 3, but I mean, Third Strike's fun. So I mean, I would still play it.
Capcom back at it again.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember Capcom was so good, then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they just became very poor with business.
Oh yeah, that was another thing. That was another thing that was bad about it. Iceman just brought it up. Like, apparently, like when you go to play in certain modes and stuff, like you can't change the button layout or anything. Like you can't access like the button configuration, anything like that.
Oh, I like that kind of sound. I like the way that
sounds. To just not access the button configuration?
No, so you got to deal with just straight default.
Top button.
I guess you would like that, but
Hey, this game sounds pretty good. I need to go get that shit.
yeah, go ahead. I don't even know how much it is because I didn't pre-order it. I kind of wanted to because you know you got that copy of Ultra Street Fighter 4 with it, but I didn't pre-order it. So
Ultra Street Fighter 4 for PlayStation 2?
PS4.
Oh, they got a PS4 version?
Yeah.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah, so I didn't know that. Or
that is
or rather, I didn't pre-order it. I did know that, but
now that that's out, will niggas be playing that shit over Street Fighter 5?
I mean, probably not because Capcom's throwing a bunch of money at Street Fighter 5. Like that's the reason a lot of people are playing Street Fighter 5 in the first place.
That's true.
Is because Capcom is throwing a lot of money at it with the Pro Tour and all that stuff. So
That's true. That's true.
yeah, you know, let's see what you guys are saying in here. Console version is completely unplayable. Wow.
Let's pull up this video Iceman got for us.
He might be showing the video I saw earlier. I saw a Third Strike video earlier, like Ryu against Alex, and it looked bad. Like it looked like an unplayable game, and I was just like, "Whoa, they messed this shit up pretty good." Capcom.
Of course.
Capcom living a life, man. Y'all just hate. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why y'all want to hate on Capcom.
Capcom is just that.
They brought you some of your favorite video games.
They did. They brought me a lot of my favorite video games.
Hey, it's just like getting married. Hey,
Yeah.
You first got married, it was the best thing ever.
Best thing
Over
ever.
time,
And then your spouse became abusive.
Now you can't stand the motherfucker.
Yeah, your spouse became abusive, but you kept running back to him
Kept
because you're like,
going.
I love him, I love her.
He's gonna act right one day.
And abuse.
Keep beating your ass and taking your money.
Mm-hmm, exactly. Beating you up physically and financially, and pulling with your emotions.
Dazed and confused, don't know what to do.
Man, listen, I don't know about all that shit.
I mean, obviously, this is an exaggeration.
All I know
Well,
is Capcom is A1.
Some situation.
Capcom
We're off
A1,
topic,
as long as they keep him Balrog in the game, give me black representation. You know what I'm saying? Even though he a buffoon,
He is a buffoon.
I fucks with my boy Balrog. Now, they do be doing them wrong though, man. But fuck it. Alright, let me see if I can pull up this.
Oh, yeah. The thing is, to me, like, it's amazing how, you know, these companies are taking games that are older and they're just really messing them up, like when they try to port them over to newer systems. Like, it's just really bad. And like, this isn't the first time this has happened. Like, this happened on plenty of ports where they take old games and try to bring them to newer systems. And there's just things wrong with the games. Like,
I feel like the people have to accept that the junk is not going to be the same. It's just going to be roughly close to what you was going to get.
Well, I mean, that's not really what I'm talking about. Like, I'm talking about not just changes, but like things that are like wrong with the game. Like the game won't work correctly. Like I bought like the Secret of Mana remake or whatever. One of my favorite role-playing games of all time. Like I absolutely love Secret of Mana. And I play it, and it crashes constantly. There's weird bugs in the game. Like
that's the secret.
Yeah, that's the secret of Mana. Yeah.
You gotta figure out how to get that shit to work.
It just crashes constantly. Yeah, but yeah, like it was. I'm like, this was a Super Nintendo game that should have been easy for you guys to just bring over and have this shit work because, you know, it's not like the technology is so advanced to the point where a PS4 would not be able to run this. Like that. It's just weird that when they go back and they recode things, how messed up things can become. And then
I mean, you know,
there's just bugs and stuff.
Just imagine trying to decipher hieroglyphics. You know what I'm saying? It's ancient technology. You know what I mean? We don't know. They don't understand. They don't know how to use DOS. Okay? Niggas back in the day had to use fucking DOS on their computer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now they got touchscreen Windows 10 and Mac whatever OS 45. You know what I'm saying? And then they got to port that shit back to goddamn them DOS tactics. What they really doing is just making a whole new game. That's really, and they forgot to put some of the code in. That's probably what's really going down.
Yeah, they better holler at Sega Genesis. They come out with them portable goddamn Sega Genesis with like 80 games on it.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, the Sega Genesis collection is coming
right.
out.
You better holler at them.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually want to get that. I'm
Hell yeah.
a little excited about that.
You must be hot
It depends on how much it costs, but I'll probably end up getting it just so I have a copy to use on my PS4. I mean, I obviously have them all on my computer with an emulator, but
folks were taking those things and reselling them on eBay for like $300. People want to
Taking
get that
what?
bad during Christmas.
Oh, the weak ass, what's it called?
80 games in one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were one of them things bad. They were hot shit
Trash.
during Christmas.
Alright, well, we about to pull up this video right quick, yo.
so yeah, horror. I mean, like there'll be patches to fix it, but it's like, you know, we're that's not acceptable to me. Like, I mean, I know we're in an age where people are gonna release games and then just be like, well, there's something wrong with it, we'll just patch it later. But I mean, I feel that you should try to get that stuff right before you release the game.
So I have a lot of
You know, and not just be like, oh, well, we can just go back and fix it later. I feel like you should try to get that.
what? What the fuck is that? I just lost rock paper scissors. Now I gotta play another game. What the fuck?
That's still astounding to me, bro. I just can't.
Anyway,
I don't even know
okay,
what the fuck
so
going
you're
on
not
with
gonna
this
find
shit.
anyone who can create a lobby. So you know, next thing that you do, you wanna do this. And
You can't tell what's
I got
going on.
a connection for us. I can't wait. All right.
I'm trying to figure
I
out
wanna
what the
play
hell is
this.
that.
All right, this guy wants to play.
It look like this should just stop.
Oh,
and
what?
he's
What
back to
is the
goddamn
option? I don't remember.
practice
this
mode and
arcades.
shit.
Okay, well, you know what? I like Super Turbo. Oh, you want to play Alpha 3? Oh, guess what? No, you get to play this game, dickhead.
Fire up.
Yeah,
New challenge,
yeah.
Whatever.
That is really unfortunate.
Sweet.
Or like,
Replay.
I just,
Okay. Start.
you know,
Okay,
we're
start
just in
process.
that time
Okay,
where
this one.
developers are gonna just use that to their advantage to just be like, well, we can just push these games out and then, you know, we'll fix them later. I mean, we have the ability to patch. Whereas when they didn't have the ability to do that before, they were forced to try to, you know, to try to at least
for every game.
have things working and functioning
Maps to,
as intended.
can you see it on your end? I
You
think you
know,
can.
when the game is released, because there was no going back to fix it.
A lot of sticks don't have touchscreen. So if you want to
That is
start, you
ass.
have to make the start button start.
Yeah, sometimes
You can't.
patches do make it worse.
Press start on start. It
Yeah,
doesn't.
so-
You don't get start because the
Oh,
start
man.
button. What does it do? It does that. It pauses the. It's built into the UI of the game.
Damn, okay, that's just bad.
Whoa, what just
Alright, here we go.
happened?
Okay, alright, we gotta play again.
How you forget to put a start the game button?
Anytime now. Oh my god. Remember how arcade perfect it was? when you had a black screen after you put your quarters in. Oh boy. I'm waiting. Oh, he's in a match by himself apparently.
I guess, Katie, but like, they're not that bro. So, yeah, they just,
Wait, did he
Yeah,
actually
he's doing
rage
fast
quit
travel
because
without
the
wanting to
fucking
rage
his game
quit.
didn't get
any
chosen?
kind of quality behind it. And it's kind of sad.
BBH, are you still there? Have you tried the lobby yet? Have you seen the fucking lobby system? Have you seen this fucking lobby system? Let me tell you about this fucking lobby system. Oh, what
You
is
can't
this?
start lobbies?
What games do you guys want to play? You know what?
In the
I like.
controller?
Oh, I didn't even have enough time to choose. Apparently, I'm playing Third
Oh.
Strike now. Oh,
That's
I lost my
sad.
connection to the person
That's
that I didn't
sad.
even know I was playing.
Done and done.
You can't select and play your own game. You have a Russian roulette system. Oh, so you just play a random game when you go online? Like, you can't go online and be like, I want to play Super Turbo or something? Like, you have to just, like,
That's fucking stupid.
you have to play a random game.
That dude look happy about his
What's up,
experience.
Solo?
This guy looks like he's pretty happy with his experience. You know what I'm saying?
Like, that's bizarre. That's just like a bizarre, that's a bizarre design choice. Like, why would you
Listen, man, y'all be wanting everything.
What the hell? That's so
y'all
weird.
expect
that makes sense. If
y'all expect that you pay for some shit that you're supposed to get a good product. Y'all niggas are spoiled, okay?
Are we now?
Okay. You know, in other countries, motherfuckers don't even got money to buy a product that don't work, okay? Y'all up here worried about buying a product,
but we're not in that fucking country.
You know what, Mike? You put everything in perspective. Yeah, I mean, we need to be thankful for the garbage products that we get because we can at least afford to buy them.
You're damn right.
Yeah, hey.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's a good point, brother.
That's why I don't even take food back. You know what I'm saying? I order wings.
Your order is like,
yeah, you know, I order some wings. The motherfuckers might bring me a goddamn salad.
Wings.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. Might as well eat this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's probably better for me anyway. More nutritious.
Yeah.
Never mind that booger is mixed amongst the lettuce. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Never mind that there's a lot of slop, some spit inside of my goddamn Coca-Cola. Yeah. You know, floating around at the top. Ugh. Like somebody had a sinus infection.
Moving on.
And hopped it up out of their throat.
Moving on.
Intentionally looking to get me sick. It doesn't really matter because you know what? I could afford to buy that motherfucker.
Yeah.
USA.
Man.
Crap.
Definitely home of the free at this point.
Crapcom. Doing it to niggas for all they cash.
I mean, as I said before, I'm sad because there were folks talking about being excited about playing Alpha 2, Alpha 3, stuff like that. I was like, cool, maybe people want to start playing now. But not with this, not like this. If people aren't going to want to play, it's just going to turn people off from the game. It's going to turn people off. CVS 2 was the same way. When they made the PS3 port or whatever, it was terrible online and there's also some frame differences with moves. So there's a frame delay and stuff built in more so than the previous versions of CVS 2, and I was just like, oh man, let's give up.
Low jab come out in 27 frames.
Oh, it's not that bad, but yeah.
Well, that gives me a little hope. Hopefully, that's why they're taking so long with Final Fantasy 7. Trying to get it right.
They don't need to bring that shit back
up.
Oh yeah, they said that shit's not gonna come out till. But the characters look phenomenal.
That's what I'm saying. I'm hoping
they look phenomenal.
Because I don't want them to fuck that up.
With that Final Fantasy 7 remake, they look really good.
Oh, so they're actually remaking it.
Yeah, that shit is going.
Yeah.
What's going on, Lenore? How you doing, mama?
It's actually gonna play differently too. It's not gonna be a turn based anymore. It's gonna be like a action RPG.
Played out. Okay, that's what stopped me from playing RPGs. I ain't got time to stand there and let a nigga slap me in the face with his move. Fuck that shit.
Choose your moves faster.
Right. Choose your moves faster.
Yeah.
No, as soon as I do a move, that motherfucker do his move.
You choose your moves faster.
You gotta be on that shit.
It depends on what game you were playing because if it's something like Final Fantasy 4 was an active time battle, so while you're trying to choose stuff, your opponent's action gauge is still going up. So if you move too slow, they can just do multiple attacks. So you have to choose your shit faster.
I only played a true turn based like you playing Yu-Gi-Oh. Like a motherfucker, it's your turn. I can't do shit until you get finished doing what the fuck you gonna do. Then it's my turn, and I'm gonna do some shit. And oh look, that shit said miss. Even though I saw that shit clearly hit your character, that shit said miss. That motherfucker did a sidestep and stood right back in the same spot, and that shit said miss. That nigga hit me, and it hit my whole fucking team. Only one character got touched. Trash. Got no time for it. No time for it.
Oh, well, CVS 2, yeah, the Xbox version didn't have roll cancel, and neither did the GameCube version. They both took roll canceling out.
How about that?
Which actually made the game more unbalanced.
What's that?
If you take roll canceling away from CVS 2, it actually makes the game less balanced.
Yeah, because Balrog's super trash without.
Oh yeah, he's
super trash.
He's bottom tier without roll canceling. He's low tier with roll canceling.
Yeah.
So yeah, that character is awful without roll canceling.
Boy, I don't know.
He can't get through anything.
These characters, they be sorry as hell sometimes. I stick with them because I'm a character loyalist. You know what I'm saying? I fucks with the character. But some of my characters are also cheap as fuck. Like Akuma. Shinakuma, that nigga there.
Shinakuma?
Yeah, give me Shinakuma. Don't give me the half-ass shit. Give me the good shit, nigga. I want to do fireballs you can't move. I'm running over there fast as fuck. I ain't got no health, so I gotta kill you. You know what I'm saying? I can't be around here too long. Water drop on me, I might die. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta run through the raindrops and kill a nigga real quick, Shinobi style.
You know, Hora, that is a good point. Mike is a Tekken player, not a gamer.
You're damn right. No, I used to be a gamer. I gamed on PS2 back when them shits was free. I had that modded PS2.
Oh yeah.
You gotta ask folks. Well, I was beating the game every day. Once a week I'd beat a game and get a new one from Renner. What's that shit? Blockbuster Video.
Blockbuster.
Download that shit to the PS2.
See, you have good taste. You have good taste, Spider Illinois. Like,
what's she talking about?
She said she likes Rainbow Mika and Street Fighter.
Okay.
Because that character is cool.
I thought she was saying something crazy, like she be playing Final Fantasy 7. I played that shit for an hour.
I mean, Final Fantasy 7 was a good game.
I played that shit for an hour. I fought the crab, lobster, monster, whatever that shit was. I couldn't beat that motherfucker. I threw that shit in the trash.
Damn, Mike.
Wow. That is
awful.
That's something.
Garbage. Okay.
Is Mike high today? Oh, Mike. Are you high today?
I'm high. I'm always high.
I'm like
high on self-esteem. You know what I'm saying?
Self-esteem.
My self-esteem is
on
immaculate.
life.
You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Let me crank my chair up. That shit. There we go. Now I'm real high. You know what I'm saying? I'm up on high on a throne,
on top of the world,
looking down at my goddamn enemies.
Please.
I ride on them niggas, you know what I'm saying? I am eating this damn salad. This shit is A1. Okay, I got it from this damn Greek spot. Cost $25, but it was definitely good.
I need to go to a barbecue joint and get a fucking salad. That's that nigga right there.
No, we went to the Greek spot, man.
Yeah.
That's a little bit better. I fucks with that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to cut down on this weight. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta let them lemon pepper fries alone, man.
I know. I can't eat no more potatoes.
Well, Final Fantasy doesn't destroy lives. It destroys people like Norman, I guess.
Oh,
World of Warcraft.
The man.
Iceman brought him.
Why you bring up the man?
World of Warcraft destroys lives.
Yes, thank you.
Does.
That nigga Ace Man, that nigga there, boy.
Ace Man. Oh, I ain't seen that nigga in so long.
That's probably
shout out to the nigga Ace Man.
Oh.
That nigga there, boy, he ain't had no job. That nigga just stopped doing everything.
I will say that. That's the only why I really play Final Fantasy, because I was a child, I had nothing else going on for myself. As an adult, I probably would have killed my life.
Oh yeah, I mean it's.
Oh, didn't what? Norman had quit school to play Final Fantasy, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm glad that shit is not.
You
that's not crack.
Quit his job and devote his life to the fucking game. That's a good ass game.
Oh, a Final Fantasy 7 Let's Play with Mike. Oh.
Y'all want that?
Oh.
I'll play that shit. That shit'll be trash. No, but there are some RPGs I played that I like. Like I said, I like Jade Cocoon. That was actually one of my favorite ones. Even though that shit was a bootleg Pokemon. You know, I played the fuck out of that shit.
You ever played Eve?
I don't know what Eve is.
What? Eve Online or Parasite Eve?
Parasite Eve.
Parasite Eve was cool.
Oh, and Legend of the Dragoon, I played that shit. That's pretty fun.
Now see, I'm surprised you played that game. That game was really long too.
I ain't said I beat this shit, I said I played it.
Oh, you said you played it.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, like, how long did you play it?
I played it for a while. Then I had to goddamn play something else, because something else was more fun. Some shit didn't take so long to fucking beat. You know, the game got 2 and 3 discs and shit. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? I played the first disc.
Yeah. Not about that 3 disc life.
I feel like that's what happened with goddamn Final Fantasy. I put the first disc in, I played for an hour, and I need to go to the next disc or some shit. Maybe my shit was fucked up. I don't really remember. I just know I ain't like that shit. I was like, why people love this shit? This shit is trash. You know what I'm saying?
Mike.
I could have been playing them checkers or some shit. I could have been playing dominoes with my uncle or some shit. Had more fun watching them slam the motherfuckers on the table and bust his knuckles up.
I could have played 1,000,000 games of Tekken.
You damn right.
Okay.
I couldn't. Was I playing Tekken? Yeah, I was playing Tekken. I was playing Tekken 1 back then. I was really hooked on that Galaga at the beginning of Tekken 1. I didn't even know you beat that shit. You get to fight Devil Kazuya. And that's back when he had a damn Jin jacket. Like that Hot Rod jacket Jin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Devil got that on in Tekken 1. Shit looked like straight
trash.
Know
that at all.
Straight trash.
That Nino Kunai pretty good.
The who?
Nino Kunai. It's a RPG.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Brave Fencer Musashi? That was my shit.
They made a PS2 one that didn't sell well, and then I don't think they made any more Musashi games. Yeah,
that first one was fun as fuck.
There was the PS1 one, and then there was the PS2 one.
I actually never played that.
You slipping, brother. You ain't even played no fucking video games. You ain't played Musashi, brother.
No, I was all about that Earthworm Jim.
Earthworm Jim.
Earthworm Jim was alright. You know, he was alright. I can't hate on him. Battletoads.
Oh, yeah.
Shit was hard as fuck.
You know what? We need to have a classic game night. We didn't do that.
We can do that if I can figure out. I get a better computer. Let me put up this down.
We do Wednesday classic nights.
Let me get a drive going for a better computer so we can do some more shit on the stream. Cause right now, I try to play anything on this motherfucker while streaming.
Oh yeah, that thing's gonna explode.
That shit is the stream is gonna ignite.
Melt.
Yeah, I'll go buy a fucking thing.
Oh man.
That shit be goddamn. Like, what the fuck? Oh man, my bad, man. I was trying to type.
I wouldn't mind there being another Parasite Eve. Like,
yeah, that game was pretty fun.
Because Parasite Eve was good. The second one was good. Third Birthday was good. Like, I wouldn't mind there being a fourth Parasite Eve game.
You know what was one of my favorite games though? All the Resident Evils up till 4. I played all them shits.
Yeah. The classic Resident Evil games, yeah, those are good.
2 was probably the best in my opinion.
2 was
very good.
2 was
one was very good. 2 was very good. 3 was good.
I remember somebody told me you could get a Kuma on Director's Cut. I would try to find that shit while I was looking to shoot fireballs at niggas, dog. Y'all just don't know Kuma one of my favorite characters, dog, of all time.
Oh man.
I played Silent Hill.
Yeah,
I played that.
Oh yeah.
That shit was the dumbest shit I ever played at the end. Like, what the fuck am I fighting this person that, what was it, his wife or his daughter or some shit? That little angel shit at the end? Demon shit? I don't remember what the fuck he was fighting. I just remember walking through the town. It's snowing. Everything looked like fucking dandruff. You know what I'm saying? And you got you hearing a white noise. Trash. Okay? Trash. Get your hearing aids fixed. Badass parenting. It's amazing how many games are based off of bad parenting. Almost all of them shit.
Yeah.
Tekken, bad parenting.
Oh, that's probably the ultimate.
Hey, look.
Street Fighter.
Hey, Hachi's trying to make him a man. All right? It's what lions do. They throw their cubs.
Who's talking about Heihachi? I'm talking about Kazumi. Bitch was crazy.
Kazumi? Yeah.
Bitch was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Heihachi was actually the level-headed person.
Surprisingly enough, yeah, when you go through the whole story, he was actually the rational one.
Exactly. I've been trying to tell niggas that for years.
But like, he was actually the rational one.
My nigga Hotch Hogan has been rational. You know what I'm saying? He's been the realest one of all of them. You know what I'm saying? He ain't laughing for his health, brother.
But yeah, Hotch
He's laughing to hide the pain.
Like, Hotch was like, yeah, that's the reason why he shed that single manly tear when he realized he had to go body his son.
That's all he got.
He was like,
I don't want to have to do it to you.
He keeps stepping to me with this "you killed my mom" shit. You don't understand, son.
Was a hoe.
You don't understand. She was evil. I had to take her out.
She got some. Hey, and then my other favorite character dicked her down. You know what I'm saying? Nigga Kuma dicked her down off screen. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to let you know that he dicked her down, but you know, it's whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He don't spread the AIDS. He spread the devil gene. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. Make your eyes turn red. And that nigga just had enough of that shit. He said, listen, you got another nigga from a whole nother franchise stepping onto my shit. You know what I'm saying? Nigga doing flips, jumps and shit. Fireballs. Bitch, I can't even transform into nothing.
Hey, Hotch was still bodying him in the little CG.
Oh yeah, I mean, because Hotch ain't no hoe.
Hey, he's putting in work on Akuma. Like Akuma punched that, Hotch just took that shit, shoved him against the wall, just.
Because Hotch ain't no hoe, brother.
He's not.
Not a hoe.
He's not.
One of my favorite characters. Nigga's he's probably my second favorite character in Tekken behind King. Probably second. Yeah. Then maybe Kazuya. I don't know. Fucks with a couple of them folks, but while we talking about games, man. Excuse me, I'm eating the salad. That was delicious.
This 81 salad.
Let's talk about these tournaments that went on this weekend. We had some great tournaments. Great show out for a couple of tournaments. First off, that combo breaker, the major. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to that boy Joey Fury.
Shout out to Joey Fury. That boy got busy.
He did.
Boy got busy out there in the streets.
Had the crowd rocking, boy.
And then who else? Shout out to our hometown, Anakin. One of the highest top placing Americans.
Him and Trunky. Oh yeah.
Shout out to Trunky. Pretty much one of our homies here too.
Definitely.
I didn't like I did like seeing that boy JDCR get put out of not even the top 16
Not even
That
the
was
top
nice.
16, yeah.
by Americans. Well, at least one.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? Put his ass down.
Oh yeah.
Them niggas got to see what it was like to have to fight your homeboy in your bracket way before you get the top 16.
Mm-hmm.
That felt very good. You know what I mean? They was putting in work this weekend. I'm actually very proud of everybody that showed up out there. Put hands on that boy goddamn McLovin. Got his ass towed all the way the fuck up. That boy McLovin, dog. He's a real one, but goddamn.
Oh man.
I got the salad from a place called Grecian Gyro if you hood or American, I guess.
America.
You know what I'm saying? But it's a great place. I've been going there for years.
Yeah.
I don't really appreciate the new people that got working there. This nigga Paul Phoenix is goddamn serving the food and shit.
He was like,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
he was like doing some weird like ballet moves when we got there. That was very off-putting. It was kind of odd.
It was. He's a new guy. He's a new guy, so I ain't never seen him.
I didn't say he was twerking. I said he was doing ballet moves, and it was kind of weird.
That nigga Paul Phoenix.
But
looking crazy.
I mean, the food was all right.
Marty fucked around, got sauce on his hands. Y'all should have seen him.
Oh my god,
Nigga flipped out.
That man Marty hates sauce on the hands.
man.
Can't stand
And so it was super greasy and had a bunch of sauce on it, and I just couldn't handle that shit. Like I used a million paper towels, and then what I did was I ate it as fast as possible, so I could just run to the bathroom and clean my hands and not deal with it.
Didn't even enjoy the fucking meal.
Didn't get to enjoy it.
No. I really didn't, to be honest. But I just wolfed it down and was just done with it from there.
Oh man.
Man, let me tell you, man. You gotta get over that, Marty. Just let the sauce rove about on your fingers, brother.
No, that's disgusting. Oh god. Okay, I'm not getting into this again. We've already been over this.
Had it all in his goddamn beard.
I'm not getting into this. I had a little bit in my beard. I had to go and wash my beard.
Marty took a whole shower after eating the goddamn meal.
Oh god.
Awful.
Hey, man,
it was all. I still kind of feel the grease like on my hands. It's terrible.
I mean, that's deliciousness.
Stop it. Stop it. We're not having this conversation.
If you just go
let's
this,
get back on topic. So 30th anniversary.
You know how Norman was going like this? You gonna lick your hands like that? All that flavor will hit your goddamn mouth. You don't know what to do with yourself. It's something about hand flavor mixture with the stuff that's already on the goddamn plate.
The best, man.
The sauce plus all the dirt accumulated on your fingertips.
Oh, stop.
Plus, when you attempted to put that soap on your hands and wash that shit away, that shit actually only adds to the flavor.
Soap?
Antibacterial Greek sauce. You gotta love it, Marty.
My goodness. Now y'all see why I wasn't here last week.
Sauce it up.
I can't do this on a weekly basis. It's just, I can't deal with this.
Saucy, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way to be. Only way to roll in the streets. We also had another tournament down here in Atlanta.
Oh yeah. MomoCon was interesting. A lot of salt was flying that day.
Yeah, MomoCon. MomoCon happened. It was interesting.
I don't have to explain what MomoCon is for some of these folks watching.
Folks that don't know what MomoCon is, I can't really help you because I don't know shit about it. I know they had a tournament. Marty knows about it.
Yeah, MomoCon is a convention.
What's up, Sismo?
Where people who enjoy a lot of anime and stuff come together and they do things that are anime related and they dress up in cosplay and have a good time generally. It's so greasy over here.
Oh, that's not grease, bro.
There is grease over here. Like there's grease over here.
That's flavor. That's not grease. That's flavor.
I have to clean this shit off.
You gotta start now. Now he's paranoid. Oh no.
I'm not paranoid. There's actual grease.
I'm not even gonna jump up and hit you right in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Knockout punch. She gonna be goddamn talking. He gonna. What the fuck was that?
No.
Taste buds gonna be on
like,
fire.
Boy, I can throw up everywhere.
violence this man threw up on live stream, y'all.
Oh my god! But yes, that is what MomoCon is.
Okay, so
Horror, you was actually one of the folks handing out some salt. I heard.
Oh yeah,
shout out to Horror. He
had a lot
of the Horror.
Thing,
The salt dispenser.
Handed out salt left and right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Here at MomoCon here in Atlanta, they had, I don't know what's going on. Elite was trying to, I don't know if they're trying to push Tekken or push Street Fighter and try to make this shit big, or if they just really are interested in the fighting game community. But they threw a random ass $1,000 on Street Fighter pot and on top of the Tekken pot.
Oh, on both of them.
On both of them.
Oh shit.
And then Tekken had like 90-something people, almost 100 people in the tournament. So basically, it was almost a $2,000 pot at Tekken. And then Street Fighter, I don't remember how many people were in there.
Oh my god.
Then somebody came and threw $1,000 on Guilty Gear.
Oh.
I forgot who they said it was, but
yeah, that's crazy.
So I mean, MomoCon was actually lit.
Oh, lit, yeah.
It was hella lit.
Oh man. Man, I didn't know there was that much money involved.
Yeah, it was that thing. It was big deal. Shoot, some upsets happened, or perceived upsets at least. Horror took out one of the old vets, Turk Easy.
Oh, he took out Turk?
Yeah, he took out Turk.
Oh shit, okay.
Strider made a comeback.
Oh, boy, Strider.
That boy Strider came back, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He took out Boss Juice. Then,
he took out Low.
Yeah, we put him in the losers, and then he had to run up on me. And, you know, I sent him down there. Then he ran up on Bet Boy. Sent him home.
Lowe's had,
No, that was Strider.
Hell yeah, I mean, Strider. Man, Strider had, ooh, boy.
It was a bad day for him.
Caught the dickening?
He caught the dickening is Big Boy. Shout out to Big Boy.
Yeah, but he,
dickening.
He showed himself. I played somebody who refused to fucking duck. No, he refused to get thrown. That nigga ducked everything. Ate all the mid moves. It was the most wild. It was the most wild thing I ever saw. This man refused. I get anywhere within throw distance, he was ducking. It was like playing online Tekken when I just hop kick fools to death. That shit was highly ridiculous.
Hey man, sometimes people just
you can tell us a secret. I love handshake.
Cancer.
Oh,
you love Cancer or concert?
Okay, what's going on with you? I love concert.
Yeah. I mean, hey, sometimes people play with the philosophy, and I've said it before, that they're not going to get hit with certain things. Like there was one night you were playing Truth, and that man was only breaking one grabs, and I was like, he's not going to get giant swung.
No,
he,
of course not.
like, because he made it up in his mind. He's like, you can throw me a muscle buster, do whatever else you want. I'm not eating this giant swing.
It's people like that in the streets.
Hey man,
how do I feel about JDCR last weekend? I mean, I told y'all how I feel about any of these folks. I feel like they're just regular with good reactions and good goddamn execution. Their ability to play the game is no better than your ability could be. Like, if you knew all the stuff that they knew.
Like,
I have to know most of that stuff.
Well, like, one thing I think that's unique with JDCR and the way he plays, and I don't know if I mentioned this before, but like the way he buffers in movement, he's good at reading people's tendencies. So like that's why he's able to do that stuff, the buffer in movements and dodge things. But then there are players that are straight on it because they're like, oh, I know he's gonna try to gauge my reaction like this, and they blow him up for doing that stuff. So like, so I mean, like, you know, he's a unique player in that aspect, but then it gets him killed sometimes.
Most definitely. Most
really
definitely. I played him. He was alright. You know what I'm saying? It was he won between us, but it just felt like playing a very good Tekken player. It didn't feel like, oh man.
It felt like you were facing a god.
It felt like, I'm telling you, it feels worse when I play Anakin than it feels when I play anybody else. And I just feel like maybe he just know how I play.
I mean, Anakin's played against you for how many years?
He's been playing me for years. So, you know, there was a time when I was putting hands on him. Yeah. And that boat is turned around. Now he's putting hands on me. But everybody else that I played is like, I can just tell you're good at Tekken. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing anything that I feel is oppressive. That's how I feel. Like, if I feel I can't do shit and I'm getting highly frustrated then I feel like, okay, you're doing your shit. If I feel like, oh, you're having as hard a time with me as I'm having with you, then I just know that, okay, you might just be better at closing the match out. You know, then it's like, okay, well, you're just a regular ass player to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the case because, I mean, he's been playing us for years around here, MPO.
Yeah, that is the main reason. I mean, you know, and I know I've said this before, but your people that you train against normally, your training partners, are always going to be your most difficult matchups, like because they know your tendencies, they know your weaknesses, they know your strengths as well, so they know things to look out for and stuff. So that's always going to be like your roughest matchup.
Yeah, and I mean, you got to think about the idea that, you know, Anakin is as good execution and reaction wise as those players that you see come from overseas. Now imagine if he know everything you're gonna do, or he has a very good idea of everything you're gonna do. You know, that junk makes it very hard to play him. You got to start acting wild to beat him. And you know, that just, I don't like that. I don't like playing like that. So then it starts getting busy on me. But we always have great matches. So shout out to my boy Andy. Hold on, my boy got that general reaction.
Talk about it.
What?
Yeah, Marco, a new Habitat for Humanity chapter in Houston. Last night, throwing up all them bricks, building houses.
Oh, shit.
Them niggas missed 27 threes in a row. Oh, my God, that was ridiculous. They were 7 for 44 the whole night from the 3-point line.
God damn.
That is trash.
At that point, the coach got to throw in the towel. All right, look, stop shooting these motherfucking threes.
Thank you. Like, that's what needed to happen, but the coaches let them keep shooting. And they just kept throwing up brick after brick.
Some people would say that's rigged. And that was the only way they could rig it. I don't know. I don't care about that shit. But I heard that at work all day today.
Yeah, I mean, there's some people that think it's rigged.
It's like, man, there's no way you could be that sorry. You was rolling at first. It's like, well.
But no. See, that's the thing. They weren't even rolling from the 3-point line at first. How they got ahead in the first half was they were attacking the paint. Like they were using their center and they were getting points in the paint. They weren't even shooting threes, really. I mean, they made a couple, but it wasn't like they were just making them rain. They really just threw up bricks pretty much the whole game from the 3-point line.
That's a damn shame. Somebody asked me if I was going Truth coming here last night. Y'all ain't gonna watch the game? No, I'm not watching that shit. I'm watching that shit. I know how it's gonna end up.
Oh my God. Oh, brick fest.
Boston let goddamn one man beat them. How you let one man beat your whole fucking team?
Like, see, exactly. They were 6 for 21 from 3 in the first half. So I mean, it's like, it's like, you know, they weren't just making them rain, but I mean, they made what, like 30% or so. It's not great. No, it's really not that good. So yeah, I mean, it's not like they were, you know, hot in the first half. They were throwing up bricks anyway. So.
No, this nigga gonna get in the chat talking about y'all. If y'all are assholes, y'all don't think that shit is rigged. But then he want me to watch the shit the other night.
Fuck what I'm watching this.
Yeah, you want me to watch it, nigga? If I want to watch that, I'll go watch wrestling, nigga. You know what I'm saying? At least they got a storyline.
Right, this is some entertainment.
At least I know that nigga's not slapping that nigga. You know what I'm saying? He's just stomping his foot while he slapping.
Yeah.
Slap the taste out of nigga's mouth. You know what I'm saying? Without even touching him.
And if you're lucky, you might see some movies.
Oh yeah, some tits might fly out that motherfucker.
It's possible.
Shit. But I'm trying to think what other good stuff happened in comic book. That boy Nee, I think he might just be the best of all time. Like,
yeah. I mean, there's no might to it. His style, like how versatile he is as a player, the amount of characters that he can play at top tournament level. Yeah, I think he's probably the best player of all time.
I keep having this argument with goddamn with Gio, because the first time I've ever played Nee, like first time I had sets with him and I played him, I tore his ass out the frame.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to put it to his head, it's like, I know Nee is the best ever. You know what I'm saying? Cumulatively, I know he's the best. But just like when I think of Shola, you know, when I met Shola was he barely knew how to pick up a goddamn controller, let alone do anything. Okay, Shola Fist. He was having a hard time doing Shola Fist. Okay. So now that Shola is better than he was, you know what I'm saying? I still only see Shola and I think of Shola from Tekken 6. You know what I'm saying? Just sorry as fuck. Even though he's nowhere near as sorry as he was.
Okay, that makes no sense. But alright.
I'm just saying, it's like when you meet somebody in a fighting game. Okay, we'll give you like Mr. 96, right? People give this man grief all the time because they're used to whooping his ass. Because back in the day, he didn't play the shit seriously. I mean, he played with us, but he played the game at his own pace, right? Okay. So now that he's getting better, it's just hard to accept that this nigga's good. You know what I'm saying? It's just hard to accept that because you got you only see him in a certain light.
Bring it on.
So then when I be thinking of Knee, I be like, man, that nigga be running around here beating the hell out of everybody. But I beat the brakes off that fool when I played him. I have to remember that was like 10 years ago. Yeah, I was gross back then. I'm super sorry now. You know what I'm saying? So shout out that nigga Knee, man.
I definitely know the feeling.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I can't help but give that man his props. He's been doing this thing for years on end, game after game. I mean, just definitely.
But the thing that amazes me most of all is just like the amount of characters that he can use at top level is ridiculous. Like nobody thought he was gonna pick Jin and play like, you know, he was going around the character screen just like trying to pick, and then people are like, oh, is he gonna go with Brian? Is he gonna go with Paul? Like blah blah. He just picks Jin. Everybody's like, what the hell?
I mean,
and then he just beats the brakes off of people. Like,
I actually need to find a video. He actually did 15.
I think about it, and when I always try to mirror things to how my life was, and once you get to a certain level in the game, once you have an understanding of the game like that, it allows you to pick up any character and really be really gross. And with his level of understanding, his character he's mastered. Once you've mastered your character and you've mastered the system, it's simply plug and play with all the other characters. You get the characters, you understand how the game works. You understand it's just, hey, listen, okay, well, where I would do sidestep, I don't know, fucking down forward 1-2 with King. Well, I got Jin, so I'll sidestep and do this uppercut in place. Now, where he excels is his execution and his reaction. That's where it goes back to what I always say about these players. They have great execution, excellent reaction. When they sidestep and it's uppercut time, they do the uppercut. Yeah. I might sidestep and want to do an uppercut and might do fucking down forward 1, or a low jab or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what sets them apart from a lot of the players.
And that kind of goes into what I had said before too about like what makes the difference between a player that's good at something and a player that's great at something. It's just like the amount of time that they're able to put into their craft yields that type of reward. Like, especially for a game like Tekken where you have a lot of really like nuanced situations that occur, and then characters' responses are pretty nuanced also. So it's like they're nuanced and variant. So it's not always just like the same reaction as, oh, I'm just gonna like do this here, or like, I'm just gonna do this here, because the characters are really deep, like they're really in depth. And so to be able to put that amount of time in, to be able to flow between all those characters, with that amount of ease that he has into different matchups is, it's really something special.
Yeah, that man definitely, you can't take nothing away from that man.
You really can't.
He's a real one. He is a real one. He even got a Tekken House shirt, you know what I'm saying? So he's a real one, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy, goddamn.
Oh, you sure did get one.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Knee. Have him back through here anytime. Maybe I get some games from him. I didn't even get to play the man in my own fucking house.
In your own house.
I had to play him at a damn tournament. But, we also got another important tournament coming up soon. I don't know if, let me see if I have the link I can pull up in the chat, but Fistigat, y'all know our resident Fistigat. He has a tournament coming up pretty soon.
Shout out to Fisty.
Wherein he is going to send somebody to Evo, the winner of the online tournament. Make sure that y'all check that out. You can check it out on my Twitter. I'm gonna see if I can find the page. Iceman, if you had the information, maybe you could bring it up for us. But he's got a tournament coming up pretty soon online. Winner goes. He's gonna sponsor you to go to Evo, I think, or maybe he'll get you in Evo. You probably gotta fly there yourself. I don't know. Fistigat might be sitting on all kind of ducats. I don't know.
Well, on the thing, it's set for everything. So flight, entry, reservation, hotel, everything.
Oh, Fistigat is goddamn balling.
Okay,
Hold on.
Fistigat,
I need you to donate me a goddamn.
Right.
I need you to be a damn sponsor over here at the Tekken House. Goddamn. You know what I'm saying? I go out there and show out in damn Vegas. I'll turn your money into all kind of money. Real deal. You know what I'm saying? Get me a prostitute or two. You know what I'm saying? Come back home married.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying? I'm wilding out. I'm straight hangover when I go out there. That's why I don't go to Evo. Because I'm not even going to play the fucking game. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to get out in the first round, like 2 and out.
Strip,
hit the strip. Hit the strip. Hot as fuck outside.
Move out there.
Go find one of them hotels with a pool on a balcony. Get extra drunk.
Get married.
You know what I'm saying?
Get married.
Find me a chick in the goddamn 4 foot. Because you know they don't like to actually swim in the pool. The motherfuckers want to sit on the damn edge. They want to sit on the damn stairs. 45 chicks on the damn stairs. Can't even get in the goddamn pool. Gotta jump in the damn pool at 8 feet. What if you can't swim? Marty, they causing people to die out there in the streets. But fortunately, I'm from Florida. You know what I'm saying?
Real quick. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm from Florida. So, you know, niggas swim like a goddamn sperm to the canal. You know what I mean? Getting it right. Hitting the goddamn egg. Making myself into a real developed human being. You know what I mean? Well-rounded. You know what I'm saying? So, I ain't got nothing to worry about. Just fishing for hoes. POF. Plenty of them. Plenty of them.
POF, you don't get yourself robbed, brother.
Nah.
On POF. You get yourself killed.
I tell them to meet me at a goddamn gas station where it's lights at. First, I want to make sure you look like your pictures. And secondly, I want to feel safe. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing. Shout out to whoever was that combo breaker with that fucking meme right there. That fucking face.
Oh, with the face in the background?
That combo breaker with that fucking big ass billboard with that face on it. You the man. You are the man. That man was on Amy Whitey's stream with that fucking face.
I appreciate that, Iceman. Y'all click that link right there and try to make sure y'all sign up for it. I don't know if there's a cap on it. We're gonna be holding it here. I'm gonna be streaming it, so it's gonna be pretty interesting. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully the stream ain't fucking up. But in any event, a winner will be proclaimed. Maybe I should enter this shit, Mark. You know how much I love online. My favorite shit.
I'll do it.
No, yeah, I mean online. I'm just gonna pick a character with a whole bunch of. I'm picking Lily. I didn't know how cheap she was till the other day I played a nigga, and this nigga did all the low moves. I couldn't stop none of that shit.
Special slow one.
The low drop kick slow. The fucking back turn slow.
You were playing them online?
Yeah.
Because I was playing you with Lily the other day. You were blocking all the lows offline, but I mean, we were playing offline.
Oh, yeah.
He looked me dead in my face for like 25 seconds, and then he just got down. Snake edge.
The sweet.
Told my ass up. I was so salty. Let me tell you, man, I like to slap my damn PlayStation over. That shit had a nigga in the uber salt.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Appreciate that, Melon Ball. Always on top of them charts, man. Are you #1 leader on the charts today? I think. Bit charts. Let me see. I don't even see the bit chart. That shit didn't dropped off. Oh no, you up there, brother?
Melon Ball.
That man, Melon Ball, rolling. Oh no, you #2. That boy Fistigat came here and slapped you out out the park, brother. What happened?
Boy, Fistigat be cheating, man.
Fistigat is a real one, brother.
Fisty making it rain.
He making it rain. He said he's gonna slap the hell out of town kind of ass cheeks when he get a chance.
Yeah, definitely trying to tear that up.
How you do out there, Scarecrow? You run into any stiff competition out there on the combo breaker? I know I ran into some subpar competition.
Yeah, that's true. He does.
Oh man. Listen, man, there's been a lot going on this week.
Definitely.
We had tournaments. We had the same finals that we've been having for the last 4 or 5 years. Had that shit about to getting set up to go happen again. I mean, it was just really great stuff happening. I feel like there's no time like the present, brother. You know what I'm saying? We're living in an excellent time right now. You know what I mean?
I don't know all that, but
no time like the present.
No time like the present, brother.
Oh man.
Let's not go down memory lane.
No, I wasn't that combo breaker, man. I was at MomoCon trying to collect a check.
And didn't do it.
I mean, I collected some money, so it was more than I spent. So I guess I can't really complain.
I guess.
Yeah. Worst case scenario could be that nigga was just right outside of that top 8. That would have been horrible. But I ain't playing nobody that was going to be able to keep me out of the top 8. So. Oh shit. Try to bring that down real quick. So let's talk about some of this other stuff that's been coming on, man.
Well, yeah, it has been a busy week.
It's been a busy week. We got to talking about a few things over here. Y'all know we like to talk about psychology and shit, and sociology and whatnot. And one topic that came up amongst us while we were talking was how chicks. We even talked about this on the stream a little bit, but I figured that I never see chicks want to be the best at something unless a dude is already currently being the best, or men are already striving to be the best at it, right? Now, there was one person who pointed something out. They were talking about goddamn pole dancing. Yeah. Which, pole dancing competition. I don't think there's too many dudes doing that. Although, I think there actually is, now that I think about it, but they just not called. It's not like there's like Olympic, like some kind of Olympic pole dancing thing.
Yeah.
But like these people are like bodybuilders that can just do a whole bunch of fucking gymnastic shit, and there happen to be poles involved. But outside of that, I think that's probably the only thing I can think of. So I asked people the other day. Nobody really had anything that they could come up with as far as a talent that a woman seeks to go after that is normally or not normally, but is what's the word I want to use,
but stereotypically
a woman's action. You know what I'm saying? It's in line with the things that they do. Marty, you got any reason you probably think that is?
Well, yeah, I think we need to define like what is stereotypically
the girly shit, the stuff that is marketed or aimed at women.
Doing here,
but I mean, stuff that's like of a competitive origin or like a competitive nature, though, like is the thing. I mean, there's plenty of things that are like stereotypically female or whatever, but it's just like, are those things really competitive on a wide scale? Is what I'm saying.
And that's my point. They're not competitive because chicks don't care about being competitive. Like, do you not think that if dudes had a league of ironing clothes and they were getting notoriety for it, and this was a special thing, and some nigga was the best in the world at putting a crease in a pair of pants, do you not think that there would be a chick all of a sudden interested in being the best ironer of all time?
I can't really say. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, the only thing I can think of personally, and that's just because I have dread, is the Atlanta hair show, Barn Brothers Atlanta hair show.
Oh, okay.
There are actual competitions, and people actually do go after their number one top prize. It's held down here every year at the International Convention Center, and that's the only thing that comes to mind to me is that.
So we got pole dancing and hair doing. They wouldn't be the best barber. They wouldn't be the best barber. Okay. They wouldn't be the best barber.
I mean, I can't really think of any barber.
I know plenty of chicks that's barbers.
Well, I mean, you probably do, but do they have competitions for that shit? Like actual
Yeah,
competitions?
yeah, they have competitions for being
Nigga, where you think Paul Phoenix got his hair cut from?
Oh man, shut up.
That shit was not the normal deal. You know what I'm saying? It was not normal. Nigga ended up goddamn rolling up in the hood. He was over at he was in Orlando at Magic Market. You know what I'm saying? The goddamn flea market we got down there. He's like, man, I need to get my due done right, man. He said, oh man, go over there across the street to the school.
Last time. He said, yeah.
He went in there. They put some motherfucking mousse in his head. Everlasting mousse. Head ain't been different ever since. Gelled them up.
Right now, the most trending Instagram model sells tea. Really?
Oh, so she's best tea seller?
That's interesting.
That's not a goddamn competition. I mean, look, this is not to slight women. So let me make it perfectly clear. It's not to say that women don't have things that they are great at doing. But we're talking about from a competitive aspect. Typically, chicks, like if men never made basketball, I don't think women would have ever made basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that they would be out in the, you don't normally just see chicks out competing in some format that hasn't already been structured by a D. Which some could say, well, the power structure has not allowed them to do it. But that's not the case now. And you don't see a lot of, what women's sports are there that are just women's sports that you got to make a man league for?
Well, I mean, it all goes back to the whole, wanting to be seen as equal thing. That's really where it starts from. I mean, they've been fighting forever to be on equal terms as far as getting paid the same, being able to even work in certain workplaces. And yes, even in sports, some things women just weren't allowed to do. I mean, to this day, there are still certain golf courses women can't even step foot on.
I mean, I suppose, but
so I mean,
there's some coffee shops I can't step foot in.
Well, that's a whole different subject. That's a different story.
Yeah. But I mean,
but when you look at that, that's all it really is them wanting to not only showcase their talent, it's also to say to the world, hey, I'm here and I can do it just as good as they can.
So I mean, are we gonna define like basketball and like tennis and stuff like that, like stereotypically male? Like,
I think
that doesn't really make sense.
Competitive spirit. The initiation of.
I mean, so far as like the urge to be competitive or whatever scientifically is linked to testosterone level. So, I mean, if we're going to look at it from that aspect, then I suppose that women would be less inclined to be competitive overall just because they would have a lower testosterone level. So
now, with that being the case, I wonder why it is that because they're not innately as competitive, right? Due to biology. Why is it that once they see that a man or set of men have created something,
but I mean, I don't think
that a large group of women.
I mean, I don't think that the correlation is necessarily causation. Like I don't think that just because men are doing it is necessarily the catalyst for.
I think subconsciously. I don't think that they go out there.
I mean, that's speculative, but like.
Yeah, I don't think that they go out there with only the intention, like they don't even like the game. They just want to prove men wrong. I don't think that's the case. I think that if it comes from my perspective is just that I've always noticed that anything that a dude or a group of men take interest in, where there are accolades to be given, there's praise to be given, there's attention to be given. Women are whores for attention. Okay. Women also like to be praised. They love challenges. Anything, obviously, like he was saying earlier, anything that a man does, a woman wants to be able to say she is able to do the same thing, because that becomes a challenge in her mind. I think it's not, to me, I feel like in the beginning stages, not like down the line where like right now, basketball is just a sport that we've become accustomed to. Everybody plays that shit, right?
Okay.
But I'm saying like the idea, like I gave the example. Let's say like my pony challenge, right? You know what I'm saying? My pony racing.
Or My Little Pony Racing. Or
yeah,
something?
let's say My Little Pony Racing, right?
Okay.
Nobody's playing that shit, right? We don't give no fucks about that shit. Nobody here plays My Little Pony Racing or Barbie goddamn Malibu Drive Time. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is not playing these shits.
Okay.
You don't see a league of chicks just being like, I want to be the best in the world at this shit. You know why? Because we haven't given it the stamp of approval.
I mean,
it doesn't even have to be.
That's not necessarily true, because it could just be that is not a very popular thing. Like it could just be that Barbie's horse racing adventure is not a popular game, and so because I mean, like, you have to think about it like this, Mike. Think about the numbers for Tekken, for example. I'll use Tekken, because you play Tekken. So it's like, if Tekken sells like, a few million copies worldwide, right? Like, let's say it sells like 5 million copies worldwide. Mm-hmm. I think it's a little bit less than that, but let's just say it sells that much, right? Your competitive market for that game is probably like 1 to 5% of the people that purchase the game. So you have to take that into perspective of something like your example, Barbie's horse racing adventure or whatever, is like, if you looked up the sales numbers for that game, they are probably not that high.
Because we don't give a fuck about that shit. Do you think, Marty?
But it's not.
But Marty, do you think? Okay, Tekken. Your example with Tekken, right? Okay. It's because that percentage of people give a fuck about the game and want to be good at the game. If we did not want to be good at Tekken, I'll give you another example. Fucking Balls on fucking Super Nintendo, right?
That game. Yeah. Right.
There's no league of chicks that I've ever seen that was like, we just want to be the best in the world at this shit. You know why? Because nobody want to play that shit. We don't want to play it. Now, that's not to say the game is not a playable game that you can have a competition in. But I guarantee you that if we started playing it, this is, like I said, it's not a slight at chicks. Because chicks can be very good at all the same stuff. As long as it's not a physical strength difference, then there's really not a whole lot of differences between the abilities to do things mentally between a man and a woman.
Yeah.
So we could throw that notion out. It's not like their ability to do stuff is not there. It's just the idea that if they became the best at My Little Pony, we wouldn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And because we don't give a fuck, I don't feel like they would give a fuck, because they see
you think that women, feed off of the attention men or society would give them for being good at certain things, rather than just for the sake of being good at that thing?
I wholeheartedly agree. Because I don't think men. There's some chick out there that's the best basket weaver in the world, right?
Okay.
That niggas don't care about that shit. We don't give a fuck about that shit. I tried to talk to this chick about this one time. I think I was telling Danae this last week. Like, men are not impressed by your accolades. You know what I'm saying? If a dude likes you, your accolades might serve further in the relationship as to something he finds interesting about you. But if a dude think you fine, you could work at Waffle House or Wall Street.
That's true. Actually.
We gonna take you down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
or attempt to take you down.
That's true.
So for us, that's not really an issue that you was the best in the world at fucking My Little Pony. But for them, it's different. For them, if I tell a chick, you know what, I play video games, but I'm the best in the world. I'm the best in the state. You know what I'm saying? I'm the best at the Tekken house. You know what I'm saying? And they be like, oh shit, what's the Tekken house? Oh man, it's just where everybody comes from around the world. They come train at this place. Not lying, you know what I'm saying? Telling them the fucking truth. You know what I'm saying? They be like, wow, and you're the best? Yeah, I'm the best. Pussy juice drip drop. You know what I'm saying? Y'all heard of the Ric Flair drip drop? Pussy juice drip drop. You know what I'm saying? Because they find that they're enamored by the idea of a guy being the alpha of whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Oh, you're the dominant person in chess. Wow, I never even played chess. I don't even know the fucking rules of chess. But you know what? That shit sounds great. You're the best. Like that junk just turns women on. They don't even have to have interest in what it is. You think when I tell chicks I'm super great at Tekken, and I pull out a video of me beating ass, you know what I'm saying? They just be like, oh damn, that's you? Like they don't got no fucking idea what the fuck's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like combos, they don't even know why. They know the person got counter hit. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even know I was doing a combo. They thought it was just I made a video. You know, they don't know what the fuck that shit is. A lot of them, and they're like, oh well, you're the best though. That was you that won? All those people are cheering for you? You held up that trophy? You get paid for that? Oh, wow. Their interest is sparked because they work on a different level than we work when it comes to relationship. And I think that's why it's not that they can't do it. I think they just don't see any point in being competitive in something that we don't give a fuck about. Because you know, chicks don't be having hobbies like that. The majority of chicks are not hobby driven. A lot of chicks are not self-entertaining.
Now see, that's actually what I want to do. That's actually what I want to do, Nick Flamer. Like I would love to have CC on here if she were available, but yeah, I haven't talked to her, so
I don't know. I agree and disagree with that statement only because I can't. Just from my personal experience, I don't think most women are like that mentally.
You don't think most women are like
with the last statement you just made, as far as
like don't have hobbies?
The hobby is not being driven?
No, the women are driven for monetary gain. They're driven for things that will bring them pleasure, right? But there is no... And like I said, this is all a subconscious thing. I don't think women go around making conscious decisions.
Well, and that's what I was going to get at. Yeah, you can kind of say the same thing with men. I mean, even though...
we do everything for the pussy.
Don't get me wrong, yeah.
Yeah, we do everything for the pussy.
Yes, but
dude,
not
also
everybody's like that, though. Not everybody's like that. And just like you said...
You know, we speak in generalities.
Subconsciously, right? Yeah, it may be back there, but not everyone acts on it. Everyone actually goes out and does it.
But men are also driven to have things like hobbies. Men are driven to be, because we are supposed to be relied on and self-reliant, men learn how to self-sustain and enjoy things by themselves. Now, this is not all women, obviously, because we have women in our fighting game community.
Yeah.
But, like I said, it's not a question of can women be good, or will they have an interest in what you have an interest in. This is more a statement of, will they be driven to do something of their own competitive nature? And this is strictly competitive. We're not talking about their ability to do other things. I mean, there's plenty of stuff that chicks do that dudes got no fucking interest in whatsoever on a large scale. But when it comes to like the competitive nature, I just don't, it's hard for me to see things other than, you know, there are a few things like the pole dancing competition.
Well, see, and this the only thing I have wrong with that statement is only because of most of the stuff that do exist competitively, women didn't have a fair chance to even.
But you're talking about stuff that exists. I'm saying they're not in that time and era now. They could just make it up now. They're, like, nothing stopping a league of My Little Pony Express players.
That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Like, okay, what you're using as an example, okay, yes, they could go out and make a league of My Little Pony, or a league of, you know, something else that isn't going on right now that's majority male driven, I guess you want to speak.
Yeah,
they could do that. But it's just like you mentioned, in today's society, what is the point where they can go and get their attention or their rocks off on other things?
So then you're in line with what I'm saying. They're not driven to do it because it's not going to give them the satisfaction. Okay, like I played Tekken, right? When I played Tekken,
it's more than just not being driven, because it's more of the avenues they have to get what they want. It's not that they didn't want that back in the day. They didn't have the avenues to do it. So if you fast forward to
do you
today's
think
society,
if a dude never picked the basketball up and made basketball, that chicks would be trying to play basketball?
who's to say?
I don't think it, because
But there's no way you can actually say that.
they could do that
They
ever
weren't
since
allowed to
you
even
look.
think for themselves, let alone trying to go out and make it a sport on their own.
Okay, how old are you?
I'm 34.
Marty, how old are you?
I'm also 34.
I am 34. And our years of living, 34 years of living, you
Okay.
mean to tell me all the interest that is sparked around sports? Chicks have been playing sports since all of us have been alive.
Yeah.
I think that is a fair statement to make.
That's true.
You mean tell me they got nothing they came up with in
How
in
many-
34
what other new
years?
sports is that to create that people actually going to want to actually?
It don't matter if, see, you're thinking about what people want to do. And what I'm saying is there was not a tournament scene for Tekken until people decided, you know what, fuck it. We like this game enough. We're going to play it, and we're going to try to be the best at this shit.
Right.
And we're going to start tournaments in this shit.
Correct.
And you know what? All of a sudden, there's a Tekken World Tour. There was no Tekken World Tour in 1997 when
Correct.
Tekken came out. People
But I
just
mean,
decided
like, how
to
do-
make that happen.
But then how would you establish that all that came to be without any kind of influence
From women.
from what from females at all? Like,
I'm not
like,
saying completely
like,
void
that
of
was your
influence.
original statement. Though,
No, I'm
that-
saying like a women's only. So not when I say women's only or majority women. Okay, we all know the majority of people you went to an arcade and saw were dudes. There are girls that were interested in gaming,
Yeah.
but the vast majority of girls are not interested in gaming. Weren't interested in gaming back then. When that time
that has a lot to
do with marketing.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of moving parts to why that's a thing.
But since we're talking about that, I can give you, okay, marketing. Obviously, chicks are marketed to very differently. Gaming back then was geared towards dudes.
All guys.
But nothing stopped chicks from going in there and doing it, right? Now, that is not the case. Gaming is marketed to everybody. Still kind of marketed heavily towards dudes because that's your major consumer. It's a major consumer. But aside from all of that, if we're going to use the version of Tekken and how it got the way it was, right? There will always be women involved. Hopefully, there will be way more women involved. Mm-hmm. That is our goal. My goal is try to get all the chicks playing Tekken. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They'll be very impressed with my skill. You know what I'm saying? Want to slob on my knob. You know what I'm saying? But that's me. You know what I mean?
That's me. Yeah.
That's man.
Hey man, I'm just being truthful.
Okay.
So with that being the case, I feel like the more the merrier. But this is from a hypothetical, or not even hypothetical. This is from what I see from a social aspect. I noticed that I don't see a lot of women-based competitions of any kind.
Well, Panther brought up a good point that actually I overlooked. But I mean, he's right. Like, professional female sports is like a relatively new thing in the U.S. anyway, and one of the main reasons why is because they didn't really have like a funding or like a backing for it, and it makes sense because just like you said, your main consumer for a lot of stuff is male, and if you ask most men, they don't want to watch something like the WNBA, like they just don't, and so.
But you're talking about professional sport. I'm not talking about money involvement. I'm not talking about their ability to do it.
But I mean, we already talked about the drive, and that's just like scientifically based. Like I said, like if women are less inclined to think about being competitive or wanting to compete and stuff, just due to a low testosterone.
So then that just comes down to a biological thing, and it's just to me it's like, okay, it can be cut and dry. Biologically they just don't want it unless a dude does it, because if the dude does it, it becomes an incentive for them to do it. That's what I felt like the whole time, that there's no incentive for them to do it.
Well, I mean, I guess I just don't agree on the incentive
the intent of being.
I can kind of.
I guess I don't.
You don't.
I don't agree with that because I don't
thing.
feel that like women are just going to do something all the time just to get a man's attention. Like I don't feel that that's gonna like always just be the driving force.
I'm gonna put it to you like this. Okay, we'll give you somebody like Cuddlecore, right?
Okay.
Cuddlecore grew up in a house where they played Tekken.
Yeah.
So she didn't get onto Tekken based off of her competition to want to be as good as dudes. She just was always playing the game because her dad played the game. I understand that there are people that are going to be have the interest of Tekken or of gaming or of basketball or of football, right? I'm saying to you, that's cool. All of those things have established realms. Not everybody has that same story, right? But what about the idea of you just pick up some shit that nobody's interested in and you make people interested in it yourself, right? Whether it be gaming, whether it be some new kind of sport that nobody's ever heard of. There could be goddamn Crush a Watermelon Titty goddamn league or some shit. I mean, you know what I'm saying? What I'm saying to you is, if we're not going to argue that if there's no argument that biologically we're more driven to make that happen, right? Okay. Then to me it's like, okay, well, biologically they're not really ever driven to do these kind of things, and then they are always, when they are driven to do it, it always seems to be something that a dude has done first. I've never seen, like, okay, if I put it to you some other way, there are a lot of things that women do that we don't have the drive to do. Like get on Snapchat and do filters, face filter shit. They're driven to do that shit. That shit's self-satisfying. You know what I'm saying? It helps them. It makes them feel better about their self-esteem. You know, they put it on, people look at it, right? We don't have to egg them on to do that shit. There's no need for us to get on there and do it and then they start doing it, because that is self-satisfying. I'm saying when it comes to competitive things, I just noticed that the only time I ever see
once
chicks.
Again, there's like a lot of moving parts, and the example that you use has to do with our fulfillment and marketing of gender roles within the United States. Like, or not even just the United States, but
I think women are smarter
within the world.
Am I giving women too much credit? I think women are smart enough to know if they want to do something and they like it, they can go out and do it.
I mean, there's nothing wrong. They obviously.
But I don't think that that's really the thing. Like, you know, women that have an interest in, video games, for example, just to use video games as an example, like. A lot of them will go out and play them. Now, there are various reasons why a lot of women won't get into the competitive scene that I've heard, and a lot of them have said it's because of men, actually. But
yeah, I can understand that. But, harassment. Niggas don't know how to act around the pussy. I know.
Yeah.
I can fully understand that. I fully grasp that. But I also feel like y'all keep coming back to the same thing, which is their issue with dealing with competitive scenes in which we have to be involved. You don't have to worry about how men are going to react if you are in a competitive scene that men are not in.
Well, yeah, I understand what you're saying. I'm saying that is difficult to drum up because of the reasons that I have previously stated. So
I don't think no niggas would be in My Little Pony horse racing, right?
I mean,
let's just say it's a good game, okay?
But I'm not.
We're not gonna make the argument that it's a trash.
I'm not talking about men being involved in that. I'm talking about like finding enough women to drum up enough interest to have something like that. Like that is, for the reasons I stated so far, as like, biologically not being geared to do that or whatever. As I said, the only thing that I disagreed with you on was just like the motive for women to compete in certain things, and you're like, well, it has to be something that a dude has already done, or it's for
yes, like you say,
for attention.
It's
and
multi-layered.
Like that. That's what I don't agree with you on.
You don't think that So what do you think is the driving force that would make a woman start playing goddamn My Little Pony Racer and start a My Little Pony Racer League? What do you think would make them do that? Just to be the best at it?
I mean, first of all, it would have to be something that one is liked by a lot of people. I mean,
why? That's my thing.
That's it's just like making the basketball.
No, you could
why make it if you're only going to have your block play it? You
think when they made basketball, it was a nationwide thing?
It didn't start nationwide. It grew. But
exactly
the whole point of it is that's the point of it. You're involving more and more people to make it grow.
Okay, so you're on to the track that I'm saying. Okay, so My Little Pony could be just you and your girlfriends playing that shit. And then you tell your other homegirls about, hey man, we play this My Little Pony shit. This shit is the best shit in the world.
Well, who's to say that doesn't already exist?
I'm just saying that I don't see.
Danny actually brings up a good point in the chat because I actually do remember this when there was the first all-female League of Legends team, and the reaction to that was bad. And when women try to like go and do their own thing, like just based off like reactions like that and stuff, and then how the fighting game community reacts to a lot of females that try to do commentary or anything like that, like they see it as like not a legitimate thing because, or rather, there are lots of men that see it as like a not legitimate thing. So that's another factor that's driving people away from.
That's my point. Y'all, who gives a? Y'all are worried about.
People do.
You have to give a fuck because the people are going to control it. It's just like even mentioned with the WNBA.
Do you know the average person don't give a fuck about Tekken?
You still have to.
Do you know the people at my job don't give a fuck about Tekken?
That's understandable, but there's enough people to give a fuck for it to keep going.
But
you have to have the money. You have to.
It had to start somewhere, right?
But I mean,
correct. But it has to.
There's
be
a difference.
sustainable.
Hold on. There's a difference between not caring about something and looking down your nose and making snide remarks and constantly de-legitimizing something.
Like there's video gamers all the time.
Well, Mike, what you're not understanding is that okay, you don't care because you play these games, and then the people that are within the subset of people that play video games are not, sitting there looking down their nose at Tekken and stuff like that. But like, if these females wanted to start something, these women wanted to start something, and the people within their subsect are constantly looking down on them, making crazy remarks, like doing all this stuff, like that would demotivate you from wanting to even try to do anything like that. Okay. And that is a problem that we have. Like,
but you are talking about. Okay, the examples you gave were female commentators in what is an already male commentator field industry or area, right? You gave me female League of Legends team amongst a group of already male League of Legends players. Okay, in those situations, you are 100% correct. I'm not arguing with you that when they try to step up in scenes that are already here, that are already been established, and they try to make their stamp of approval, just like Cuddle Core. Cuddle Core is good as fuck. Okay, she's good as fucking Tekken. But you know what? She can't afford to not be good, because if she's sorry, nobody's gonna respect her. The way she beat them folks' ass and got them E-League, all of them top players, beat the brakes off of them. You can't help but to respect her as a gamer. You can't even call her a female gamer. But we're not talking about that. Y'all are talking about that, and I keep trying to explain to you. There is no confrontation between my thoughts on that, your thoughts on that. I'm saying to you, okay, if you know.
But what I'm saying is that it ties in.
Yeah,
that's all. Because look at something like the WNBA. You can even look at our chat.
Yeah,
you can even look at our chat.
Is a form of basketball which was a male-dominated sport until women start playing it. I'm saying come up with something of your own. Just have a driven thing. Okay, if I have to just call something what it is. If I said, oh, you know what, I'm going to be a fan swinger.
But listen to me, you did not. Okay. See, you did not let me finish.
Okay.
Like, the reason it ties in is because you have to have enough general interest in order to have something be in order for something to be a competition. Like, you have to have a venue, you have to have a way to do whatever said activity is. But like, what I'm telling you is that if you try to even do that, it's hard to get the backing because of the various things that I stated before, including it's hard to drum up the interest because women naturally are just not as competitive. Second off, it would be hard for you to drum up interest. It would be hard for you to drum up people who will want to look at something, one, that's new, and two, that may be obscure because it's not something that's already defined like basketball or football or something like that. So like, it would just be hard to generate interest in something like that. Well, not to say that women haven't tried to do things like that, but then they have, and it's just like
they don't have the avenues for it. Like, it's not sustainable.
I mean, that's all it is.
What are y'all? Things you can come up
what
with
are y'all
pole dancing and hair doing. And
what are
like
y'all
that.
talking about? Because I clearly stated we're not talking about the revenue end of it. I'm talking about. Are you trying to tell me that chicks can't just get together on a Thursday night and play My Little Pony?
You can.
And the motherfuckers get competitive about the shit and word of mouth. Different. Basketball did not start all the way around the world. It started on somebody's block.
You're right.
It grew because after so long, a whole bunch of people grew interest in it.
Mike, you're missing the point.
But so, are you saying that chicks can't just do that of their own volition of something that's their own?
That's not what I'm saying.
Yes, they can do that, but can it be sustainable?
What? It does not matter. I'm asking, why don't you just see them do it? I don't care about it being a big time thing.
They're seeing what we're talking about.
Because I'm sure that women are doing it, but it's not being broadcast. It's not being broadcast. Exactly, Antoine. Like, you're just not seeing it. Like,
right.
You as an individual are just not seeing it. I'm sure that there are girls that do, you know, certain things, and they have.
You can Google that shit right now.
And they have competitions and stuff like that. But you as an individual may not have seen it on a wide scale because of the reasons that I stated before.
But I asked several. Okay, I know that I'm not what they call it, omnipresent. I'm not omnipresent. I can't see everything, right? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, that's the
I know
case.
that you're not omniscient, Mike,
but
like,
when I even ask around, just in general, I ask women, and the women just be like, nobody got time for that shit. Women's attitude towards, when I ask them this question, their attitude toward it is like, they don't give a fuck.
Exactly, because they're not interested. Because
of
the reasons I stated before.
Right, okay, and it all ties in together.
So then what does that mean? Is because they are only willing to have that drive and something that somebody else, namely the only other somebody else is us.
Yeah, true. We can see your messages, man.
You know what I'm saying? They are only going to go to something that has a level of respect, admiration, attention, or conquering that needs to be done. I don't think that they have that same determination when it comes to something that will not get them one of those four things.
Okay.
Alright, I mean,
but then, like,
I mean, those
would you just say the same thing about guys? Like,
no, because if by y'all standards, a group of women are not going to get together and play My Little Pony and be highly competitive in it and make something out of it that becomes something.
I never
big.
said that they
wouldn't. Okay.
They would be less inclined to do it.
Okay, well, they are less inclined to do it, right? Because it is not. To me, I say they won't do it, or they're less inclined because it's not advantageous. I'm saying you can't hold dudes that because we have Tekken World Tour. Tekken World Tour is something that in my lifetime I didn't expect to exist. But we played the games, we made tournaments because we made competition. Tekken came out, it was not a household thing when it came out in the arcade. People decided to get on the shit and be competitive. And then they decided to be the best at that shit in their city, or in their arcade. Then they wanted to be the best in it at the city. Then they, by word of mouth and sheer competitive spirit, Tekken became a worldwide game played, tournament, win money, have status situation.
Correct.
Because people had their own, namely the players who were playing it, had their drive, regardless of back then where people thought you was nerds, people talked shit about you playing video games. It was not cool. Video games became cool in like PlayStation 3 age, when the online gaming got real big. Before that, nigga, you was only a nerd. You was only getting picked on for playing video games all day. Now niggas rush home to play video games and will tell people and stream that shit all fucking day. Niggas watch that shit at that. Niggas talking about that shit. Old people talking about that shit at my job. Video gaming is part of the culture now. It's not counterculture anymore. With that being the case, when it was counterculture, it did not matter what it was that was gonna come from it. Didn't matter that, oh man, well, shit, ain't no backing for this goddamn tournament, so we can't make a tournament for it. Niggas just made a tournament for this shit. Nigga, we gonna be the best 5 people in the city at this shit. Oh, there's a 6th person.
That's true. That's what I was getting at. Like that's the part, and I wholeheartedly agree with you. Like, you know, it is fueling your ego. I did not use the word ego, but I was talking about it from that level, like from you know, the scientific level with testosterone and everything. Like, women don't really have the same type of ego that men do, and so, like, you know. Yeah, I mean, when you talk about with competitive fighting, yeah, with look at competitive nature, I mean, and UFC stuff like that. So, like, that's a man's sport. I mean, that's not to say there aren't female UFC fighters, but it's catered towards men. It's a male thing.
Okay. So y'all are not saying nothing different to me. Do y'all realize that y'all are only agreeing with me? Because if you're saying to me that, well, Mike, it's because naturally they aren't built the way we are built. Okay, I'm saying the same thing. If you're saying they don't have an ego like we have an ego, well, I'm saying we're saying
but Mike, you're completely missing the other side of the point that I've already stated.
Your side of the point is that the way people treat them, but give a fuck about
that's not all that I said. I also said that, you know, you just tell them to, like, oh, you need to just start something new with whatever product or whatever or whatever game or whatever. But what I'm telling you is that, you know, for something like Tekken, like, you already had
nothing.
No, that's not true at all. You had a lot of people that were, already playing video games, that were interested in playing video games and wanted to play video games against more people. But plus, like, that was a forefront runner of, like, 3D fighting games. So when you're telling them to, like, oh, you need to just go and make something new, it's hard to make something new if something is not already popularized or whatever. So in combination with them not being as inclined to do that or whatever, like you can't just go and just, like, boom, we're just gonna make our own. We're just gonna make our own thing, whatever. And then plus, also, who's to say that, like, women haven't tried? What I was telling you is that you're not going to hear about it unless it's going to be something on a larger scale. And then if it's only females doing it, as people have brought up earlier, it's even harder. The people looking down on them because they're women trying to start something, which has been a thing, particularly in gaming, for X amount of years, then, like, you're not going to necessarily hear about that. And that's the reason why that you're not hearing about that.
Okay, so if we were to talk about things women start, right? Or women make popular. Women make most social media shit popular. Women are the driving force. It's the reason niggas is on there. It's because chicks is on there doing crazy shit or taking pictures and niggas is following them, right? They do a lot of things that they are the forerunners for. I'm talking about competitive stuff only. And then for your example, okay, if you don't want to talk about Tekken, something had to start somewhere where competitive gaming was not always a thing, because gaming was not always a thing, right?
But competition is like not necessarily in gaming, but competition just
well, for the sake of the argument, for the sake of this example, gaming had to start somewhere. Mm-hmm. It's not something that's been with humanity forever. Both of us got it at the same time. Men got it, women got it at the same time. Women, just naturally not as competitive, did not find a desire in in the overall sense, obviously we're not talking about specifics. In a general sense, women did not find a desire to go be competitive game players in droves. Because they just are, it was not motivating to them. There was nothing motivating. There was no money in it. There's no status in it. And these are the things women tend to be drawn to. Things that bring status, things that bring money for the things that they want to do, and things that bring positive attention. Now that thing, it may come off sounding as misogynistic and sexist, but it's not. That is just the rationale and the way things are. Women and men are not built the same.
Well, but just based on what you just said, those examples, you can kind of say the same thing with men. Men almost want the exact same thing.
Men do not care about getting attention for something that they want to do.
But in a competitive state that we're talking about,
they want to be the best.
Yes. So I mean, you can almost say they want the exact same thing.
No, but why would? So okay, with a man,
he's saying that the drive is different.
Yeah, the drive.
Like the drive is simply to show off skill, not to gain the attention of.
Like I want to.
Like I understand where you're coming from.
I want to be the best in the house. No matter if anybody in this neighborhood know. When everybody walk in this house, I want to be the best in the house, whooping everybody's ass, because my competitive drive is there. If you were to bring a chick in here, have this game in front of her, and people came here, she might like the game. She may not even care about the game. She may not have no interest in being good at that shit whatsoever. But I could bet you that if you had her over here and she was seeing everybody playing the game, and she seen that there was money involved, and she seen that there was a lot of status involved, that if she wasn't going to flat out just fall for the person who is the best, or who, if it was going to be strictly on the gaming, she wasn't going to fall straight for that person's status. Her interest in getting competitive in the game would be sparked by probably one of those four aspects, because women just seek that in general. And I don't think that if you just sat a monitor in here with your typical woman, not the women of the FGC, not women gamers, but just like somebody who was like, okay, we got 4 women, we're gonna lock you in a room, and you could whip out a PlayStation, you could watch TV, you could goddamn do something else that's available to you in this room. Probably most of them are not going to pick up the PlayStation for competitive purposes. They may pick it up to pass time. They might pick it up to see what they can do with it. Most of them are probably just going to find what's already entertaining, the TV. Watch the TV.
Now, truth, intelligent, Danny, like, we've been saying all this stuff too, Mike, but it's not that plenty of men, lots of men compete for the same reasons that you just said that women compete.
Yeah,
I get that.
Like,
yes, but dudes do shit for women. Y'all act like it's a sin to say that women don't do shit for the.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
But what I'm saying it does not take a woman to have men compete.
But I mean,
because they want to be the best.
But I disagree with you with saying that getting a man's attention was the main drive for it.
No, I gave you 4 things. That was just one of the possible things it could be. Either they want attention, they want the respect of being able to be as good as the dudes. What was the 4 things I said? Respect, attention,
money.
There's money on the line. Everybody's driven for money. And whatever the 4th one was, I said. No, it's not essentially only for attention. So if I made it seem as though I'm saying only for attention, no, not only for attention. But we're all driven to those things. But that's not the only thing that will drive a man. Men are just naturally competitive, is what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't find that women are naturally competitive without those incentives. And if so, why don't we have more competitions that aren't driven by something that a man has already created?
Okay, well, we've already answered that, so I think we should just
that was the main question.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm guessing that Marty still believes that this exists, but he got no examples.
I mean, like you said, from my biological.
I don't have no examples of it, and you ain't got no examples of it.
I mean, not.
And I don't think that we're trying to make the same points anymore. I think you got a point that you want to make.
Well, no.
And
no,
I've made my point's been the same since I got on the thing.
No. It's not a difference of points. It's a difference in reasoning. But we'll just move on because this is just going in circles now. So.
All right. Well, outside of that, we do have something that is a sport that is already running wild, been running wild for the longest, and it is being controlled by hands that are not necessarily on the scene that are available, and they get to make the rules. And one of these rules is take a knee, get your ass suspended. You know what I'm saying?
Pay that fine.
Pay that fine.
The National Football League, which is something I'm done with, which I'm sad to say after all these years that I've enjoyed watching football, it's over. Like I'm done. Like if you're gonna make a rule like that, and it's not even just the rule itself, it's the reason why. It's the reason why the rule was made, and the sheer disrespect that the league has shown the players. Like the head of the NFL Players Association came out and said that you know the league hadn't even talked to them about it, because normally when they make bylaws and stuff like that, like they have to consult with the players organization to make sure that it all lines up with the collective bargaining agreement.
Okay, they said fuck that shit.
That they have, but they were just like, look, fuck the players. We don't care about them at this moment.
Rule. You're gonna deal with it.
We're doing this because we have a lot of our racist, angry white fans going ballistic over this, and our ratings were down some because of it. So they just completely ignored the collective bargaining agreement and went ahead and made this rule. And so the Players Association is going to fight it. Like they're reviewing the rule now, in its entirety to see if it lines up with the CBA, and then they're going to go, and they're probably going to take it to court. But I don't know if they can win a court case.
Intelligente, that's the problem. Intelligente, it completely went right by the CBA. They didn't even bother to speak to the Players Association. They just set the rule and said, "Fuck it, you're going to deal with it." Yeah.
I mean, it's on the players, and they signed the CBA, but like, the CBA states that whenever the league, which is like, the owners of each team and the commissioner who works for the league, whenever they're going to get together and make some kind of rule or whatever, they have to pass it by the Players Association as per the collective bargaining agreement. Like, which is something that they completely bypass that. And I mean, I'm just done with it. Like, if you look at basketball now basketball already had a rule in place from the founding of the league saying that, like, you have to stand for the anthem, whatever. Like, you have to stand and, give like a dignified posture, whatever it states in there.
Which has been that way since the league's been.
For the anthem, yeah. That's my problem. That's my problem with the NFL. So there was never a rule like that in the NFL, and players, players weren't even out for the anthem, until recently, and so that's my problem with them. It's like, okay, so now you guys are going to be cowards and try to retroactively fix this by placing a rule in now, and you're not even giving a detailed you're not giving a detailed criteria as to what you're expecting from people when they have to stand for, like all it says is stand and show respect. Well, that's subjective when you put it like that, because
my back being turned
right
from where everybody else is looking, because I might feel it's more respectful to look at the North Star.
It's very vague.
Or we'll use we'll go ahead and use the posture in question, which is kneeling. Well, kneeling in most circumstances is the ultimate respect. Like when you were being knighted by royalty, you knelt.
Yeah.
Like when you pray to a higher power that you worship, you kneel.
Matter of fact, at every high school class game I've been in, when at the end of the games, when we go to pray with the other team, we always kneel.
Exactly. So what is respect? Like that's the most subjective thing that they could have come up with, and those are a couple of the main issues that I have with this rule, and also the reasoning behind it. Like I said, they're racist, majority white consumers that are mad at something that they don't understand or don't want to understand, and they try to fix it like this. Like, it's just complete bullshit. Like, I mean,
which is retarded.
It just makes me mad.
Really not even fixing anything.
Yeah, it's not. It's actually creating more issues with the way that they worded the rule.
Right.
And well, this made me bring up a question earlier today on the Twitter sphere. It is regarding your moral fibers, right? I asked the question, which, I don't know, it got a few responses.
Yep, truth. I 100% agree with you. Like there's a reason that they cut off the national anthem at the first verse, because the song is extra fucked up.
Hell yeah.
And that's why they did it.
Well, the question I asked earlier today was, how much does your moral integrity hold up under temptation? Mm-hmm. And have you ever justified being shaky within your moral fiber, and why? Now, didn't get a lot of answers to that. I'm learning more and more that people just not trying to have intelligent conversation on Twitter, unless it's to complain about something. So
unless it's about a game or something, like you can get stuff out of people with that shit.
Well, I mean, that's just kind of where our market is. But
yeah.
In any event, the question I asked, the reason I asked that question, I asked it that way, is because thinking about the players themselves.
Mm-hmm.
It is it's easy to take certain hits. When it comes to our morals, everybody has something that they say they are not budging on, right? That their morals, everyone likes to think that their morals are uncompromised at all times. I am a person who realizes about myself that I know that it's not true. I know I'm a human. I'm flexible with things based off of situations, because I understand that the world isn't stagnant. Now, there are certain morals that I have put in my mind that they don't change, okay? And that's because of whatever principles I have personally, whatever I've been brought up on, and whatever just seems right to me, correct? Whether your morals don't necessarily have to be based off something religious, because everybody comes from a different area, but your morals are your morals.
Yeah.
Having integrity is something that is one of the toughest things to have amongst all things you can possess. It is probably more difficult to have moral integrity all the way through your life than it is to become a millionaire from a bum. I would almost argue that is not debatable. You know what I'm saying?
You're probably right. Because, I mean, it's based off basically you're the one in control of it. So at any time, temptation gets to your ass, and you may fall. I mean, there's nothing to restrain you from not messing up your own, your morals.
And with that being the case, it brought to my mind, like, these guys definitely in the league, there is the temptation. So then I wonder how many of these players are actually going to allow their morals when there's nothing on the line other than maybe like some bad publicity, which if you don't care about that, then you're not really risking anything. I wonder how many of these people are going to be able to not come out and face whatever team consequences are given to them, whether that be suspension, whether that be fines.
Mm-hmm. But see, like, that's
who's gonna come out and get their knee and drop?
But see, like, that's the thing about it. Like,
it's fucked up that they even in the situation.
They're trying to make it. They're trying to make the fine, seem like, some kind of. I'm not trying to word it because they're having their main platform of the protest being taken away. essentially.
Which defeats the whole purpose of the program.
Exactly. Because it's like, okay, we could stay in the locker room or whatever, right? But like, if we stay in the locker room, you know, the only thing they're going to talk about is, oh, they have so little respect for the country, they didn't even come out for the anthem, like blah, blah, blah. And so it just changes the focus away from what the protest is actually supposed to be, which to be honest, racist or stupid people have already done that anyway. So I mean, they've already you know, warped what the protest is, because they've made it about the military and like, you know, disrespecting the country as a whole and all that stuff. And I was just like, look, the players came out and said what they were protesting for, and it started with, you know, police brutality is what it started at. But then it evolved to like, you know, we want people to be treated equally regardless of race, you know, creed, color in this nation. Like, that's what we want. Like, that's what we're protesting for. And then, of course, you know, like I said, the racists and the stupid people are like, you're disrespecting the military. And so it's like, when they all came out and said it has nothing to do with the military. Like, we don't, you know, we don't disrespect the military. Like, it has nothing to do with them. But then, you know, people just perceive things how they want to perceive them.
That's true. And that's the end of it,
yeah. And you just can't forcibly change anybody's mind like that. Like, you just can't. So...
yeah, that's true.
It's going to continue to be a headache, and the stupid league, like I said, did not help anything with this rule. Like, this rule makes it worse, actually, than it already was before.
And I guess where my question comes from is like, you know, at the end of the day, you know, like you said, they're going to perceive it however they're going to perceive it.
Yeah, and so far as you're like, not to cut you off, but like, you're... morality thing, I just thought of a good point for it. So if you're going to talk about people's morality, now is the time that I think that you really see what the players are going to stand for, because
exactly.
If it were me as a player, you know, and I guess it's easy for me to say this because I don't have millions of dollars on the line, but just the way that I am as a person, I just wouldn't play like I'll just walk out.
I was going to say
that is the whole point of my question, because there is two folds to this, and Marty brought both of them into perspective. Fold number one is everything was cool when there was not when there wasn't a whole lot on the line. You were willing to take certain hits, you will take them. Now that there is a big hit on the head, are you willing to do so? And the second fold of that question is, you know, like he's pointed out, it's very easy for us to say, that's cool. It's very easy for them to say, you know what, I'm going to do that shit. But when the time comes, when you got that temptation in your face, how strong is your morality? How much do your moral fibers hold up under the pressure of that much weight? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people
need that check.
A lot of people have given up their values and their morals for a lot less. Things that they never thought they would ever bend on, they make an excuse for bending on them. Which goes into the second part of that question, which is, you know, when you bend your morals, is it ever justified? Is it really ever justified to bend your morals? Or should your morals always outweigh?
Well, I mean, I'm going to agree with Danny on this point, because he said, you know, morality is simply a code in which you live by to be treated the way that you want to be treated. And that's true. So it's like, you know, I don't, you know, really curse out people or be mean to people. I don't steal things. Like, I don't do any of that stuff because, like, you know, I feel that that's the way that you should live, and I wouldn't want anybody to do any of that stuff to me. So, so far as it being justified, I mean, it would be justified, I guess, however you want to justify it in your own mind. Now, that's different between social morality and social responsibility. So in the case of the NFL players, they have the ability to influence a lot of people and a lot of things. But will they be willing to sacrifice in order to do that? Some have, you know, good example, Colin Kaepernick. He sacrificed his career in the NFL for his stance.
That's true.
And that's a great and amazing thing. I have nothing but the utmost respect for the man for doing that. But how many people are willing to do that?
And
that's where we come back to.
Yeah, that's where we come back to, because I feel like most people, probably most people in this chat, if there is something that you feel strongly enough about, you may be willing to give it all up to stand on your, on your footing. If I'm at work and these motherfuckers are cussing me out every day, and I feel like, motherfucker, you can't treat me like this. That might be my only means to pay my house note. But my moral compass may say, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not taking this shit. You're not gonna spit in my face and goddamn act all crazy to me, and upper management is not gonna do shit about it.
There's a point I have to address. Danny, what I'm saying is that yes, they might have to become martyrs. Look at the history in this nation in which people fought for their rights. Yeah. They're martyrs. People were beaten, bled, jailed, all this shit. People died to give us the ability to sit in this room and have this discussion. Right. So they might have to, yes. Mm-hmm. Like whether
first week. Mm-hmm. What would happen if all 32 teams sat out and just play a game?
Like if you had you can bring the white players in, because there have been some white players who have been really outspoken about this, like Chris Long and a couple other people. But even if you just took all the black players in the NFL and had them be like, fuck it, we're not going to play them, and they sat out, they wouldn't have a league. They'd have to instantly do something about it. Exactly. Like, the second it happened, they'd have to be like, okay, guys, we're going to call a meeting with the Players Association. Something has to happen. Something has to happen, because we're not going to have a league otherwise.
Unfortunately, the same problem we have in this country, it's the same problem they're going to have in the NFL. Solidarity is not a consistent thing. No, I mean, you're going to have people who will disagree with you, who disagree with it, which, I mean, that's their moral. Their moral fiber says, they're looking at it from a different perspective, and they're doing something wrong from their point of view. Mm-hmm. So you got that half of the people. You got other people who just don't give that much of a fuck about it. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't give a fuck about that shit. Some people don't give a fuck that their next door neighbor got killed, as long as they don't get killed. They don't care about your next door neighbor's lights being out. I'll ask you this. How many of your next door neighbors do you ask them if they need help on their light bill? If they got enough money to get groceries? Nobody's caring about that shit, because it don't pertain to them. And in fact, some people will not put themselves out for other people. They're thinking about taking care of what is in their circle. And if something's going to encroach upon their circle being a circle, you're trying to put holes in my damn circle? Fuck that. Put holes in your own goddamn circle. Don't fuck up my good shit. So that is probably what's going to be a major issue, is when it comes down to that and you don't have the numbers on your side. Are those players going to be willing to say, fuck it, man? Listen, NFL, y'all done gave me some good money. Y'all done gave me some good endorsement deals. Shit's been great up until this point. Unfortunately, I got to goddamn sit this shit up. Y'all motherfuckers want to make crazy ass rules. I don't agree with that shit. Got to be able to put their balls in the cup, then put their hand on the cup, hold their nuts.
There has to be a point where people mean more than money. There has to be a point when that happens. And when that does happen, that's when you have stuff like the civil rights movement, whatever. I mean, it wasn't just black folks that wanted to get that done, because if it was, it wouldn't have gotten done. No, so it took enough white people, and not just white people, but Asian people, Hispanic people, everybody that was living in America. It took enough people to be like, you know what? We may get beat up. We may get thrown in jail. We may lose our jobs. We may have this stuff happen. But we feel strongly enough about this, about people having their rights to be treated as citizens, to where we're going to risk that.
Hey, McPanther, I'm down with that. I would even go as far as to say, fuck just the NFL lockout. Do the draft. Do all that shit.
I haven't, I didn't watch anything last season. And I'm not going to watch anything this season, because fuck them. I'm not doing it. So,
and I mean that also comes down to solidarity as people. I mean, at the end of the day, if we bring this home to where most of you all know us from, if
actually, actually, Intelligent Fox News is like the most popular news channel in the United States, unfortunately.
Especially for
it's really unfortunate, but they are. Like, more people are going to see that headline than on any other channel in the U.S.
Especially because of the
so that's one reason why that's actually like Soul Crusher brings up a good point with the headline thing, is that's going to be plastered everywhere on Fox News. So the majority of America, which are white people, they're going to see that and they're going to be up in arms because Fox knows that's going to get them up in arms, and it's going to serve the National Football League's agenda to have that rule in place, and you're just going to have that whole downfall from there. So it's definitely a lot to think about.
Yeah, it's not open. It can be open and closed, but it won't be. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely won't be.
There's too many moving parts, as they like to say.
Too much money involved.
You know, and like I said, moral fiber. It's not something that can be quantified by a cumulative effort amongst everybody is what you would hope. You would think that everybody wants what's best for everybody. People do not work like that. People are actually more self-serving and selfish than you would ever believe. We know we are actually first wired to be that way. Empathy is something you have to learn. It takes empathy to be able to say, listen, man, I don't know what the fuck has been going on. You know, I don't know if these people care about me or not, but I care about people in general enough to say I'm willing to put my career on the line to make a statement that hopefully leads to change. Because, you know, Colin Kaepernick lost his job, but
yeah, he did.
You know, that's not to say anything's ever going to change. He may have just made a very good moment that they might put him in an encyclopedia one day.
Yeah,
you know?
But you know,
or he could have been the spark and catalyst to something change.
And so, you know, he feels that it was worth that sacrifice. And so, you know, with his moral code, that's how he feels about it. So, I mean, he's good with it, it seems. Like, he seems to be all right with it. So, you know, it's just, are other people going to feel the same way? And, you know, it's funny because I was listening to sports radio the other day, and there were a lot of people calling in, white people calling in, and they were like, yeah, you know, I really think that, you know, what the NFL's trying to do is really messed up because, you know, the players never made it about the military and the flag and stuff like that. Like, they just said that, you know, America is a nation that can do better.
That's
like,
probably the craziest thing about this whole thing.
Exactly.
The media literally started this entire fucking thing, and it's
about,
still fueling it.
Yeah, exactly. And so, but you know what this person also said was like, you know, despite that, I mean, it's not going to stop me from watching football. I mean, that's never going to happen. And that right there is a big problem. You know, Reverend King, in his letters from Birmingham jail, talked about the white moderate. And I'm not going to just harp on white people because what he describes could actually apply to anyone that's a moderate.
Every person. Every person.
But you know, he talks about moderates and how they are the biggest obstacle to actually obtaining justice in this country for people, because they're more concerned about justice and order and their sensibilities than they are about real justice and freedom for people involved. And so you have a lot of these people that, you know, these players are like, look, there are people that are getting killed in the streets by police for no reason. Not just black people, white people, Hispanic people, Asian people. Like, they're being killed by the police for literally no reason. We're watching films of police going to situations and escalating things, and just killing people.
Opposite of their job.
Right.
Opposite of their job.
Purposely
exactly.
fucking the job.
Purposefully
and not getting reprimanded.
I go to your house and make your power go off.
Exactly. Boom. Like, you got them going to wrong houses and killing people.
Yeah.
Like SWAT raids, going to the wrong places and just killing folks there. And we have all these issues that are happening, but then people are more angry about players kneeling in front of a flag than they are of these kids getting guns and going and shooting kids in schools. Like, they're more angry about that stuff, you know. They're more angry about someone kneeling in front of a flag than they are about innocent people getting killed on the street by people that are supposed to protect and serve them. And these are the issues.
Ball being completely moved to a whole new goddamn post. Like, it's like when I have these conversations, because I work around probably 99% white folks, maybe probably 90% white folks, right?
Boys.
You know, country white guys, you know what I'm saying? They
straight redneck.
They are definitely like Southern guys, right? You know, they're decent enough people. You know, they're not. I don't go to work with the threat of getting hung on a tree. I don't feel like it. You know, maybe they might want to do something to me, but they don't act like it. You know, they treat me like a regular person. But when I go to have a conversation with them about stuff like this, the way they look at stuff versus the way things are, or maybe even the way that I would look at it, the perspective you wouldn't think would be that far off. You know, we live in the same type of environment. We do the same type of work. You would think that our outlook would be somewhat similar.
Oh, no.
But in fact, it is far from it. You know, they see, you know, I talked to one guy. He's pretty level. He's pretty level-headed guy. But when I talked to him about, you know, anything dealing with, you know, race or just social aspects about stuff, you know, he is definitely a person who thinks like, oh, well, I feel like they shouldn't do that stuff. But, you know, he's kind of like the caller that Marty talked about. Like, he'll say, you know, I feel like the NFL shouldn't do that, but you're getting paid $40 million. You know, that's more than most anybody would get paid doing any job, and all you're doing is having fun playing football.
And see, like that,
and that's that's not even
good point.
That so you mean to tell how, and then I have to come to him and say how much?
There's no correlation, and like that's the thing that people like that don't understand is like there's no correlation to how much money you make as to what you can really suffer from. And I mean, like, people went and spray painted racial slurs on the side of LeBron James' house. He's like one of the most popular people in the world.
Exactly.
Period. Has a lifetime deal, you know, lifetime shoe deal from Nike and all hundreds of millions of dollars. He's worth like hundreds of millions of dollars. Still call him a nigger. Still call him a nigger.
Trying to get the fuck up out of there.
Right.
That's what these people, they look at the money and they're just like, oh, you shouldn't complain because of money. But I've noticed that is how a lot of people, and in particular white people, are wired. Like they think like that. It's like if you make a certain amount of money,
you just gotta deal with it.
You shouldn't care about anything because you have this money and that's all that should matter. And it's just like, no, like, you know, just because someone has money doesn't mean that they can't care about people. Like you know, just because Colin Kaepernick himself is in a good position doesn't mean that he can't look at other black people getting killed, other white people getting killed, Asian people getting killed, and just be like, that shit's fucked up. Like, there's something I can do about it because I have the money that I have.
And you know,
because I have the platform.
Something I always do. Like, y'all hear me say this all the time. I take myself and I say, okay, what's something I don't feel nearly as strong about? Or maybe something I feel equally as strong about, but that is a correlation. Sorry, it's not correlated to the same thing, but can be paralleled. And, you know, I talked to him and I was like, listen, man, you say this man make $40 million. He should just go shut up and play football, right? How much money does it take for you to let the cops kill your daughter? How much money?
How much money would it take?
Would you need to make on a football field for them to shoot your daughter and you not give a fuck? Because you making 40, 50, 60, 100 million, 200 million? There was no number that he could associate with his daughter being shot by the police and him being cool with it. I think the problem is people, and I have this happen here all the time, right? It has happened, and tonight it happens anytime I ask a question on Twitter about anything. People don't look at, people only know how to internalize things. And if things are not put to them specifically towards them, then they don't know how to functionally look at things. It takes a certain kind of analytical eye, or a person who is already in the shits, or a person who knows the effects of the shits, in order for them to be empathetic. Unfortunately, most people, empathy is not taught. A lot of the time, we don't. Yeah. People are actually on probably the amount of people that are even empathetic is probably less than 10% of people in the world.
Yeah, and that shit is sad to me. Like, you know, for example, and maybe it's because like my parents raised me to be this way or whatever, but like, you know, I've never been starving in my life. You could probably tell by looking at me. I've never been starving in my life.
Unless it has like, sauce on it.
Shut up. But, you know, like I've never been starving, but I mean, I can empathize with somebody that is starving. I've never been homeless in my life, but I can empathize with someone that is homeless and like try to help them or something. And so like, I don't understand people that just can't look at people and be like, man, if I was in that situation, like I would feel really bad. That would really be awful, you know? But I mean, when you're talking about in particular with like racism and a lot of white people looking at, you know, non-white people like that, I mean, most people like that are racist or whatever. They don't view other races as human. So it's like they view them as something less than human. So like, you know, if there was a mosquito annoying you and flying in your ear or whatever, you wouldn't think twice to just like smash it, you know, or try to smash it. Well, that's the way they feel. It's just like, you know,
I'd even go as
that
far
guy's black. Like, you know, I don't. Like, who cares about his life?
I would go as far as saying that I don't even think that most of the people are that overt in their racism. I think most people just treat things.
See, like, that's not being overt though. That's
okay. That isn't being overt. That's being
putting
subtle.
That's putting something on your back burner because it's like, yeah, you know, racism may be a problem, or whatever, but I don't care about that nearly as much as I care about watching football, or I care about like, you know, doing other random insignificant things. So that's not really overt, but that's showing you on a scale what these people think about other people. Like, that's what I'm saying.
I get you. I fully understand it. I think that the idea that hinders progress so much is like people, like I said, empathy it's something that I don't think a lot of people understand. I think people think empathy and sympathy are the same thing. Those are two completely different things. You know, a lot of people sympathize with folks, but don't feel your pain. They feel bad for you, but they don't feel your pain. You know, and there's no real way to make a person have emphatic emotions about things other than doing it to them.
There's something I have to solve real quick in here. Okay, so just because this is driving me crazy, but I spent the Democratic policies and stuff are much more popular than the Republican ones. Like the reason why you have Republicans win in certain areas and stuff is due to gerrymandering for one, but also the way our electoral college system works. If you just base it on the amount of people in the United States and just had a popular vote, if you look back in history, we would have never had a Republican president. Like, ever. Because they never won the popular vote. So, yeah, their policies are not as popular as Democratic policies. I just had to clear that up. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. That was driving me bananas.
Okay. I missed all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I was saying, you know, the idea that people aren't as emphatic as they need to be, it makes it very difficult for us to come together on anything, even for the betterment of all of us. You know.
Exactly.
Me and Marty sat down and talked about it one day, and we was just talking about politics and how, you know, how fucked up politics are. Right? And it's kind of like, you know, people could just, like, everybody essentially has the same idea of how life should go, or what they would wish life could be. You know, you work, you should be able, no matter what your job is, you should be able to go to work and be able to pay your bills. Okay? If you want extra shit, then you work harder, or you work a job that requires more skills, or more time being invested that will pay you
that
more.
Right there is what people don't understand about what the minimum wage in this country. Because if you talk to most people about the minimum wage, they're like, oh, well, you shouldn't rely on a minimum wage job to sustain you because it requires minimum skills and blah, blah, whatever bullshit they come up with, right? And I was like, but if you look at what President Roosevelt wrote into, you know, the Fair Labor Standards Act of 1938, when minimum wage was established, that's what he intended minimum wage to be, was like, you know, someone working full-time, any person in this country working full-time should be able to provide a comfortable place to live, food for their family, and be able to pay their bills. Also, that's what he intended it to be, and that's what minimum wage started out to be. But then companies got greedy, and then you have people who rather defend the companies instead of defending people. And that's where you have a problem.
Listen, there's a saying. I said it before here. We was having a conversation. Anybody upset with somebody lower on the on the economic totem pole is getting tricked by somebody that's higher above them.
Yes, that's 100%.
You know, if there's no reason you should ever be mad at somebody who got less than you.
Exactly.
You know, when people try to make the argument of like, well, shit, that motherfucker is only on welfare and got food stamps and shit. Well, yeah, the motherfuckers on welfare, they got food stamps, and they might not be working to do that shit. But that motherfucker lives in a fucking two-story cardboard box. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker lives in a project housing. You live in a fucking house with 10, 15 acres. Why are you mad at the motherfucker who they could put 20 of their places in 1 acre of your house? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't want to live like them people, but you're mad that.
But you're angry at them.
You're mad that they live like that. Like, I get you. You want nobody. I can understand. You work hard, so you expect that if you can live and survive, that somebody else should work hard and live and survive. But everybody is not going to have the same means to an end. Everybody doesn't have the same goals. You know what? Some people would be, if I'll tell you this, if you could work at McDonald's, pay for your house, pay for your internet, pay for your car, and fucking, you know, you pay for your food, pay for your food, and you could chill at home.
You could live a comfortable life and provide for you and your family.
Yeah. People would be flooding McDonald's, okay? They would love to work at that shit. You know what I'm saying? And then if it was like, oh, well, you know what? If I want to upgrade from having, you know, a 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom house to having a 4 or 5 bedroom house, oh, let me go get a skilled trade. Oh, now if I want to have a expensive house, you know what I'm saying? It's a fucking 3, 4, 5, $500,000, $1 million house. Oh, well, let me go invest some more college time and, you know, get this job as a lawyer, this job as a doctor.
Yeah, but you have people out here that are literally saying that I don't think that you should have the ability to live because you work at McDonald's or because you work at some minimum wage job, and that's a fucked up mentality. Like, it's unbelievable that people even think like that.
Yeah, I don't think you should have fucking low moves because you got throws. Fuck, give me the fucking low moves like everybody else.
I knew he was gonna sneak that in there.
I'm just saying. Let us live equal, brother.
We're gonna completely derail everything. But I mean, like that. It's unbelievable that people think about other people like that. It's just like, you should not have the ability to take care of yourself or your loved ones simply because you work at a place that I think is beneath me. And that is ridiculous because we all need each other making, doing different jobs in order to survive and stuff. I actually brought this example to somebody that said that. And I was like, all right, cool, asshole. Well, let's make everybody an office drone like you. Let's say that everybody in America makes Excel spreadsheets. Oh man, we should totally go see that movie. Wait, we don't have movies because everybody makes Excel spreadsheets and they're all office drones like you. Mm-hmm. Oh man, we should totally go to this restaurant. We don't have restaurants. We don't have anybody to service. We don't have anybody to cook. None of that because we all make Excel spreadsheets like you, asshole. So,
Yeah, everybody likes to talk shit.
When you think about it like that, it's like we all need each other in order to survive, in order to live the lives that we are accustomed to and we're comfortable with, and to have a society. We all need each other doing various jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you should be able to just work where you want to work without having to worry about being spit on, without having to worry about not being able to survive. Like, it's ridiculous how people simply want to see you suffer because you work at a certain place.
Yeah,
like, that's
and it's funny how it is. It's funny how it just got to this point because I remember somebody telling me, like, you can work at Sears back in the day selling shoes. You work at a shoe sales. You work at Payless, and you could send your kid to college.
Yeah,
how did that disparity between now and then occur, but without people in an uproar? It's because people were being fooled by people above them.
Exactly.
People being fooled by those above them to be like, man.
We spent decades brainwashing our society to completely, you know, blame and to demonize poor people. Poor people, the reason why your taxes going up because you're giving so much money to welfare and like blah blah, and they're all like, yeah, fuck poor people because we're paying all this stuff in welfare. When if you actually look at your tax bracket and you look at your taxes in reality,
$35 a year,
$35 or $36 a year,
$32 a year.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, it's like anywhere between $32 and $36 a year that you're giving to welfare services. Now you're giving about $6,000 or $7,000 to corporate subsidies, corporate welfare.
Boom.
So you are giving a lot in welfare in that aspect, but like to the people, you're not really giving much.
Exactly.
So
I think they did like the national, the budget. It was like the jump was like $17 billion, but then the military shit was like 168 billion or some shit. It was something super ridiculous. It was like,
whoa, what the fuck?
What the fuck do we need no more shit?
How many wars are we in right now?
One plane, I think they built a plane and shit was like $1 billion plane.
Fuck that.
And then they never even used the fucking plane. They had to build a new one. I was like, what? How could you possibly complain about helping people? You'll spend all your money to kill folks that you don't know. Which, I mean, look, if we're going to be real about it, there is, in order for us to sustain a certain type of industry and life that America has become at this point, unfortunately, for some, we have to keep wars going because that has become part of our weak ass economy that they could change. They're just not going
to. Actually, President Eisenhower warned us about was the military
industrial complex.
Yeah. He warned us about that.
And so now, you know, we are fucked. We gotta goddamn be in war because that junk is one of our main goddamn.
It's so profitable.
Yeah, it's our main goddamn income. Just about
to start a war, make these weapons, sell them. You know, sell them at a huge uptick to whoever, get the money,
get the cash.
Like
rinse and repeat.
Yep, rinse and repeat. Yep.
I wish I made this much money when I was pimping. You know what I'm saying? I might have kept the Jane going. You know what I'm saying? I was a good pimp though. I wasn't a regular pimp. You know what I'm saying? Self-help pimp. Holla at your boy. Anyway, you know, I just feel like, you know, we get our eyes off the ball so much, and it's things that just like taking this knee turned into, you know what, penalized for goddamn not coming out, or your team's gonna get fined if you come out and take the knee. Like, why is there even an issue with me coming out and expressing myself in the peaceful way that you always suggest that I do? Because you're making white folks angry. And that is the main consumer of the NFL. It's about money. It's about money. It's hugely disappointing, but I mean, nobody that's paid attention to the subject is surprised. I mean, like, that's true. You know, kind of knew that they were going to do something. Surprised they ain't just outright say you'll get suspended if you don't come out. Right. Exactly. But I mean, there are several owners. You know, there's like a few owners that were like, fuck it. If my players want to protest and they accrue any fines, I'm paying them. Yeah, I think the Jets. I'm paying them. The Jets owner did it. There were a couple other things. Oakland, maybe. 49ers. There's somebody else. There's like one more, but yeah. I mean, there's been a couple that has been like, yeah,
If my players want to protest or whatever, they have that right, and I'm paying their fine because that's their right to protest if they want to do it, and that's how they feel about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, so.
You folks is you fucked up, man. You know what I'm saying? They be getting deep around here. Goddamn on Let's Talk sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all be wanting some tech and topics, but like I told y'all before, you know, we might be changing the scene of this particular show, the scope of this show. We're gonna always try to keep some gaming in there.
Oh yeah.
Something related to it, because we know that's what y'all came here for in the first place. But you know, we like to keep it, you know, put a little knowledge out there.
Yes, we do.
Spew our words, you know what I'm saying? Somebody can clip this shit, make a video of it, tell people I'm a misogynist and goddamn a racist. You know what I'm saying? It's going down eventually.
Hey, you erased that last statement.
You know what I'm saying? They're gonna tell folks all kind of shit about me. You know, but in any event, you know how that's how it is, man. You know what I'm saying? You try to spew some knowledge, somebody gonna take you to college, teach your ass a lesson. Anyway, I need to write that down. That was pretty good.
This man.
Pat myself back there. Anyway, I think there was one more topic. That might have been all topics for tonight. I believe that was all the topics we were going to reach out to. If anybody got any questions, open for a little bit of Q&A timing.
Yeah, we definitely got some time.
If y'all got any hairline jokes for True 404, you know, we told y'all to come.
I know he's still in there.
Yeah, you know, holla at your boy on Twitter. You know, at Let's Talk Tuesday. We definitely gonna be putting those to use all throughout the week. Y'all have any topics that y'all want to talk about on upcoming shows? Also, hit us up on Let's Talk Tuesday on Twitter.
So, what's a good movie on Netflix? Depends on what kind of movie you want to watch.
Shoot.
It's all kind of shit. B-list, C-list.
What happened to Monday?
Yeah,
that was a pretty good movie. That was that was one of our choices for this past week, but it didn't get enough votes. But it's something you should check out if you want to. I know you like the movies we be popping up on. Like I said, if y'all have any questions, everybody in here, if y'all haven't already, make sure you follow us on Twitter on Let's Talk Tuesday, because you know that stuff is stuff specifically pertaining to the show. I know most of y'all already follow me on Twitter, but you know, for the sake of this show, building the following for this show, you know, go check us out right there, man. We got topics that we put up. We're gonna put more of our polls gonna be up there for different shows, show ideas, maybe giveaways and stuff. It's gonna be all stuff you need to tune into on the Twitter sphere as well as the channel here throughout the week. Really appreciate.
We have huge plans for it.
Yeah,
huge plans.
Big plans for it, man. You know what I'm saying? Really appreciate y'all coming out, letting us talk our shit, entertaining us. You know what I'm saying? You know how I feel about the chat. I love the chat. I only do it because the chat is around. Otherwise, I've been sleeping there or in some cheeks, one or the other. Without further ado, you know, y'all know how I do, man. It should always take a long ass time. If y'all ain't got nothing else y'all want to talk about, anything upcoming, is there anything coming up this weekend? Oh, Fisty Gat tournament is this weekend. Okay.
What are you guys' thoughts on Combo Breaker? If you watch the beginning, guys, we actually talked about Combo Breaker a decent amount, so you can get our thoughts there.
Yeah, if you just it'll be uploaded to YouTube.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate it, Black Angel.
Oh yeah, appreciate it.
You guys are the reason we do it, so.
Most definitely. Oh man. Oh, that man, Funky P. Oh, that must have been yesterday. No, that was today. Thanks for the host, Funky P.
All right. Appreciate it, Paul. Appreciate it.
Let me see what we got here.
Oh no, it's all good, guys. We just talked about it earlier, whatever. But it was definitely an interesting tournament. It was fun to watch. Very fun to watch.
Alright. Well, it's been real, y'all. Appreciate y'all coming out here, making it fun for your boy M.I. Sizzle, making it fun for Marty, entertaining. Marty gets passionate about this stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
We're gonna got that slap him in the face with some sauce. You get out of hand over here, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna put a circle of sauce around Marty. He's gonna be trapped in that chair. He gonna know what to do with himself.
See, this is terrible. Like these guys are supposed to be my boys. Like, they're supposed to be people.
Hey
that,
man, listen.
that, you know, I could turn to.
I want to see you.
In times of trouble, and they want to see me suffer.
We're gonna give you napkins, Marty. We'll give you napkins.
I got your back.
Oh my god.
You just gotta reach outside of the sauce.
See, this is why you
reach
can't,
outside of the
can't
sauce
show
to get
people.
them.
You can't show people your weaknesses, even your closest friends,
That's
because
why
they will
friends,
stab you in
We
the
want to
back.
see you succeed past your weakness.
Oh my god, I don't want to be. Oh, I don't want that to happen.
Oh shit. Yeah, shoot, man. You know what I'm afraid of? I'm afraid of like real good pussy. So if you happen to have real good pussy, I'm afraid of that shit, man. So I don't know what the fuck I'd do if I got some real good pussy. If y'all want to help me get over my goddamn fear of real good pussy, just send it to me, and I'll try to tread my way through those waters until I get over my fear.
And we need to talk about this man Gunn saying Iceman is due for a long-awaited ass whooping.
Oh snap! Hold up.
We need to have that match.
Speaking of which,
we need to have that match.
You've been having a lot of folks come at you, man. A lot of folks looking for you. That man Bates still looking for you.
Because he's Iceman.
Now you got the gun hollering at you, bro. What's good? Is the streets watching you, bro?
The streets watching.
Is it something I didn't know about? What's going on, man? Don't me let these folks run up on you like that.
Yeah. Hey, goddamn Willie. But without further ado, man, we're gonna get up out of here.
Yep.
Till next time, y'all. It's been real.
Definitely has.
Peace.
See ya.
Let's see if I can find somebody to host for y'all. I think Haiku got there playing DVD.
Not too late, bro.
I said she probably is. Yeah, she's still playing. Not too late, bro. We in my ass to die. Damn. Yeah, that's some fucked up shit. That was really good. Not too shabby. Even if I have to